voice to the voiceless. People get killed for other stupid choices. Standing up for the families that took a loss. This something that we find important. Rap game strong, chest up. Little homie, keep your head up. You can be whatever you want. Get rid of the fake and it will let up. All my life I strive for greatness. I manifested my time with patience. People try to copy us, but respect is earned. It's not an obligation. I love the fam and they love me back, and that's why I always have it back. So I give a voice to those people.
What is going on? Welcome everybody. Happy 4th of July. First and foremost, I want to say to everybody that is coming by, happy 4th of July. I hope you guys are having a great time. I hope you had a good 4th. What are you doing tonight? Are you shooting fireworks? Are you getting drunk? What are you doing? What is going on out there? Shout out to everybody in the building. I appreciate you coming by and rocking with me. What is going on? Round of applause for everybody here right now. What's up? Jacob, what's going on? These fireworks are sounding more like gunshots and driving my pub crazy. I mean, it sounds like that. It sounds like gunshots out here too right now. I'm gonna be honest with you. It sounds like gunshots out here. Rev Gang song stuck in my head. Thank you, Aaron. I appreciate you. Shout out to Jacob Salvatore in the building. Patty, nice to see you, Patty. Regina, I got to know in the building. Angelica. OTC, what's going on, my brother? How you doing, man? And make sure you guys hit the like button as you're coming in. Make sure you share it on all platforms that you guys are on. And I encourage people to call in and speak your mind. You know, if you don't want to call in, that's fine. But definitely, I look forward to hearing from you guys when I do these type of podcasts. When I do allegedly with T-REV, I look forward from hearing from you. But if not, I can open up a panel or I can bring a guest up. Either or, I got plans for both. So either way, but I do want to get into some things, and I want to talk about this because it's the hot topic of the day. People are fussing back and forth on Twitter. They're talking smack, but I kind of want to shout everybody out that's in the chat first before we dive into deep conversation about it. Rook got to say happy birthday to my brother. Happy 4th of July. Whose birthday is it? If it's Rook's birthday, happy birthday to Rook, man. Shout out to you, my brother. Happy birthday. Allegedly, LB, what's going on? PJ, second chance. Happy Independence Day. Happy 4th of July. Happy 4th of July to you and yours. Cindy says, God's grace on all of you. My Rev Gang family. Shout out to you. Shout out to you too, Cindy. Shout out to you too. Midwest, Tori, Salvatore. We got Sal in the building. Caroline, much better. Thank you. Even went back to work. That's good. Even went back to work, huh? All right, hold on. Let me open that up. Okay, there we go. Damn, somebody already tried? That's wild. But let's get into this. I really want to know what your guys' thoughts are on this footage, on the footage that dropped yesterday. What are your thoughts? Do you think that Brian is in some trouble if this is his vehicle? What is your thoughts on that? Hey, what's going on? What's going on, Nancy? Shout out to Nancy. Nice to see you, Nancy. As always, I see you every live. T-REV for governor and yeah, my man OTC. I'm weak. Oh man. Relax. Happy 4th. Good evening to you too, June. Good evening to you too. June in the building. Regina, it's in the evidence. My dog is freaking. T-REV just left you a voicemail. What are we doing? Voicemail Chronicles? We doing voicemail? Hey, you can call up right now. The lines are open. 219-885-9693. Make sure you hit the button. You can call up. It's open right now. Anybody can call. I just opened the lines. What's going on, BB? BB 720 in the building. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Fluffles. What's going on with that video? She said. Hold on. Let me remove this overlay real quick. Boom. What do you mean? It's a lot going on with this video. I zoomed in on it, right? We amplified the video. We zoomed in on it. We did a bunch of different things. Like I even zoomed in on the alleged person in the truck. People said they see two people, etc. I don't see two people get in that truck. I don't see three people. Somebody said, "Oh, well, Dylan climbed over and sat on somebody's lap." Like I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing that. 409, what's on your mind?
Hey.
Hey, what's going on?
Not much, just enjoying my fourth. How about you?
I'm hanging in there. So what's going on? What's on your mind? 5 minutes. The floor is yours.
Oh, so I want to talk about that still shot that has the um, sunroof.
Yeah, a lot of people are talking about that, but I can't find a video.
Yeah, I think it's some type of ploy from the other side to confuse everyone.
Thank you. That's exactly what I thought. Thank you for speaking my mind. I'm serious, dead serious.
I because it's like paired with the other one, with the video, which I still haven't figured out if it was legit. It seems legit, but I take everything with a grain of salt because there's so much misinformation going around on this, and we can't just accept everything at face value,
Right.
But that I saw another creator that was like, this proves that BK it's not his car because there's a sunroof and he doesn't have a sunroof, and somehow they're trying to tie it into that video, which is a completely different perspective.
Oh, I know. It's a ploy,
Do you think it's a plant by the defense?
To plant by people who just want, it's a plant by the people who are fans of BK. I'll put it that way.
And that is really, there's something wrong with somebody that is a fan of BK.
I mean, that's what I get. I mean, when I see certain people like always defending somebody or that, ends up being convicted. I'm not saying that Kohlberg is going to be convicted, but there's a couple people that I've seen that, stand that type of ground and back those type of people until, and they're saying it's innocent till proven guilty, but in reality, like I just see it differently. But agree to disagree, right?
Well, yeah, for sure. And I appreciate people that want to be the devil's advocate and look at things, differently. But we're looking at so much evidence against him, and the fact that he has a fan club. I mean, what is wrong with people? That is so weird. Even if he's not guilty, the fact that he's accused and there's all this information that we know, and people are talking about they want to marry him and stuff. I mean, that's really weird.
It's wild. Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, I definitely was wondering what your thoughts were on the sunroof, because now everyone's saying, oh, it couldn't have been him. Now the footage, if it is real, it looks like, because you can hear a dog barking. I guess it's like right around 4:11.
Mm-hmm.
You can, if you really listen to it, you can hear the dog like going crazy. So I'm wondering if that's, and it seems like to me it'd be too far from the house for you to even hear anything from the house. And maybe it was another dog, but if that is really eerie, if that was Murphy barking because he knew something was happening to his mama. It's heavy. Really,
you ain't lying. That's definitely heavy. I'm actually downloading the video now because I have a different perspective, so people can see where the vehicle that came in that we were looking at last night pulled in and backed out and went back down the street. I got where that person came from. You get what I'm saying? Like the directions from King Road. So, because some people have it confused where it's at, where it's located, and I figured out exactly where it was thanks to a couple.
Oh my gosh!
And members.
I hope you. And I really hope you go over that because I'm confused as well. But it like 405, the person comes in, does it looks like they do the 3-point turn, just like the TCA says. So it very well could be real, but it could also be just like something to, that they're throwing out to, make everybody go crazy for a couple of days talking about it. And, there's a lot of people making a lot of money on this.
Right. No
YouTubers
doubt.
As well.
Everybody, media, YouTubers, everywhere.
See, I believe that, like, I mean, I don't mind you making money on it because you're standing up for the victims and this is what you do and you do a really good job. But these people that are begging for money and throwing out all these wild things and to get clicks and views, I just,
Yeah,
we don't got time for that. We
it's
don't.
it's easy to find. I mean, there's more. Like, to be honest with you, there's more clicks and conspiracy with this case, and a lot of people just follow that rather than follow their heart on what they really feel about it. So they want to try to be, and some people they want to be fair reporters, they call it, or I just see it differently. I go with my heart. If I don't feel it's right, then I just don't. I won't cover it. Especially, like, I mean, we did a lot of speculating before there was a man in custody, and I mean, there's no indication that there's anybody else involved. The police haven't said that. They're not putting that on the news. They're not saying we're looking for somebody else. They're not saying none of that. So what's the point of doing all that? What's the point of creating suspects when, are we not that logical to where we don't think about homicide cases and what police do when homicides happen? They get on, it's boots to ground. They're knocking on doors. They're collecting camera footage. They're getting all different types of things. They're collecting devices. They're getting search warrants to go through people's stuff. There's just a lot going on when a homicide, goes down.
Right. And then, I mean, like I said last night I think it's the night. Did you have a live last night?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, I did.
It's gotten so convoluted with the different DNA male suspects, that were found there. Well, yeah, there was people in and out of that house, but there was only one single source of DNA found on the button of the knife sheath. And it's like, it's so simple, and it's usually the most simple explanation that is the one that is, that's true.
Right.
And it's going to be, people are going to be trying to smoke and mirrors and throwing out all these crazy, accusations and other suspects, but they only have one in custody whose DNA was found at the scene right underneath,
exactly. And that's a fact. That's a fact. And I appreciate you calling. I'm going to get some more callers. Thank you. What are you calling?
Absolutely. This is Amy from Texas.
Amy from Texas. Thank you for calling in, Amy. And actually, I'm going to be covering a case that happened in Texas pretty soon. But we'll talk about that later. You'll see what it is. You might know of it. Missy Bevers.
I'm not familiar with it, but I'll start reading up on it so I can discuss it with you. And thanks again for all the great work you do. We appreciate it. And I can't wait to see the perspective of the cameras and for you to kind of point out where everything is and respect to where that camera was.
I have it up I have it on screen right now replaying, so you'll see.
Okay, sounds great.
God bless you, Amy. Thank you. Happy
God bless. Bye.
Bye-bye. 219-885-9693. Make sure you call in. Said that is great. Love your channel, Trev. You are the best. Keep up doing what you're doing. Yeah, we got shout out to one of my lovely sisters. I won't name her. We have all the case files for Missy Bevers' case right here. We got all of them. Shout out to her, by the way. 847 sent from heaven. What's going on?
Oh, T-REV, hi. How are you?
Hanging in there. How about yourself, man?
Oh, I'm good. I'm the one, remember, that you said the other day, get the fuck out. You pressed the wrong button.
Yeah, no, my bad. I know. I felt bad.
That's okay. Don't feel bad. Amazing work. Wow. Your editing is unbelievable. Like, good job. I mean, seriously, we're all so impressed here, part of the T-REV gang. And amazing. What do you think about that van that left? I'm just a little confused about it.
The vehicle that left after he came in and turned around?
Yeah. You hear that loud noise and the guy gets into like this truck van at like, what, 424 was it?
I mean, I feel like maybe I honestly feel like that was somebody going to work.
Just somebody going to work.
But I mean, he could have been going to the store to get Dutchess or whatever. Who knows?
But you don't think he'd be involved in any way?
I mean, I don't think so. Why wouldn't they have captured him on the same surveillance down there on 112 and all that other shit? I mean, You know, that's how I'm looking at it. I feel like, and the same with the roommates. Like, I feel like if the roommates were involved at this point, and yeah, a lot of us question this 8 hours, but if the roommates were involved, let's be logical here. People who set up people or work with somebody to set people up, how do they communicate? Through devices. And
Right.
that's the easiest stuff for them to get.
Yeah, they would have been. I can't imagine the roommates are in any way involved, and I can't imagine how they're going to live the rest of their life, because that's some serious trauma and PTSD. I mean, they'll never shake this, ever, ever, ever. And I feel sorry for them. And then on top of it, everybody just bringing up silly stuff, other YouTubers, drugs, and this, and trying to. I mean, my gosh, they've gone through enough. Now, the 8-hour gap, yeah. Gosh, we'll have to find out. I mean, obviously something caused them not to say anything. You know what I mean? Maybe he threatened him on the way out and said, you better wait a certain amount of time. I mean, I had my own home invasion, and we didn't call the cops because the guy said his dispatch, his girlfriend's dispatch, and if we call 911, he'll know and he'll come back and kill us because he took our IDs. So, I mean, we called our friends. So we did not call. So the police didn't believe us for a long time. The guy that did me, he's 3 life sentences in. They didn't even believe us, the detectives. And they're like, why didn't you call 911? That was their first question. And I'm telling you, we were petrified. I'm like, well, he said his brother's waiting outside and he's been in jail and he'll kill us. Then he said his girlfriend works dispatch and she'll know. So, I mean, you believe it. How are you not going to believe it?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, we don't know, but I feel really sorry for these roommates. But this footage is, wow. At some points, I was like, the first few times I saw it, I was petrified, just petrified, knowing what was going on while we're watching this. And I can't imagine the families watching it. That must be so hard. And boy, like I said, this Brian, I believe he's guilty 100%. And he needs to fry. And I don't even like the death penalty, but I swear to God, with him, I want him to fry. That's all I can say. It's shame on him that he took 4 beautiful, innocent lives away.
I'd like to, you know, before I would like say, all right, let's give him that. I would love to see what the prosecution has. You know what I mean? I want to see what they have. Let's give him a fair trial. Let's see what he's got. And if everything pans out and they have, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I agree. Fry.
You know, I just, my gut tells me he's not innocent, and I can't imagine they wasted all these resources and the FBI and everybody to pinpoint him. For what reason? They could have found anybody else. Anyone else who had convictions, who had a million things, why pin it on him? Because he had a white Elantra?
Mm-hmm.
I think they have so much more evidence. And what I'm really curious about is the defensive wounds, if they found anything under the victim's nails. Right, especially Xana.
Yes, exactly. That too. And another one is transfer, you know, like, and I don't mean to like try to dive into the graphic details of what happened, but I mean, think about it. They'll be able to tell who was the first victim, allegedly, only if he attacked them first and made sure they were done. And that sounds, you know, mean, but in general, they'd be able to tell by the wounds on each victim. So if one didn't have it, the, you know, next victim's blood inside of them or anything like that, then you know who got attacked first, in my opinion.
Oh, absolutely. We'll know everything. And then I'm hoping there's sweat under them. There's maybe they got skin, maybe they got hair, maybe he dropped the hair on their hands, you know, when they were fighting. I'm just hoping there's something. And I just feel there will be. I think they have a lot more. Like I said, this case is going to cost millions of dollars. It's a shame that the prosecuting doesn't get paid as much as the defense.
Right.
So that's a shame. Yeah. And Taylor's making a lot of money. And I just feel some YouTubers are in her pocket as well, nameless ones. But yes, I find that very odd and suspicious how they're supporting Ann Taylor. It's crazy to me. But yeah, thank you for your time. We'll get the next caller. And thanks for all that footage, T-REV.
Yes,
Have a
ma'am.
wonderful 4th.
Thank you so much. God bless you. Happy 4th of July. And make sure you lock your doors and stay safe. Stay vigilant this summer. And hopefully I'll talk to you again soon.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Shout out to her. Wonderful. Call in 219-885-9693. Phone lines are open. I will do callbacks. If somehow I miss you and I miss your number, email me your number and I will copy and paste it and call you back. Phone lines are open, 219-885-9693. What are your thoughts on this footage? What are your thoughts on this angle that I put together here from, what was it, the interview room that had this, drive through. This looks like the exact location. If you look at the camera, if you go look at the camera footage, it looks like the exact location because you can't get up there and it gives you that good view. So for instance, what I'm talking about specifically is right here, right? So if you're looking at the screen right now, let's go full screen right here. Like, look, tell me this ain't the exact spot. I mean, look at it. Right here. I mean, I could tell. You know how some things you could just tell? And if we pulled up that regular footage, the other footage that I'm showing is zoomed in on the alleged Elantra. Okay, I see somebody else. Let's see.
T-REV, you're on with Larry. What's up?
What's going on? What's going on? 832. What's going on?
Man, that's a caller ID. Yeah, man. Just thought I'd shout with you. And I watched that video this morning when I got home from work, and yeah, he was there. There's no doubt. My biggest concern, man, is we got to give this cat a fair trial.
Facts.
We already know what the end result's going to be. Bottom line, we already know. But we got to make sure. And man, I'm just confused. I thought there was a gag order. How did this video get out?
And that's what I've been thinking about. I'm like, who leaked this? Did somebody share this with a friend and said they wouldn't share it, and they shared it? Like, what happened?
Well, somebody got paid to let it out. Bottom line. I mean, it's all about money these days, man. It's a doggone shame. But I don't care about money. I got money. But, man, I really enjoy your show. I've been following you since last November when this thing dropped, and I've been semi-retired law enforcement for God knows how long, and I'm kind of back in the game now, about the last 6 months. But man, I'll tell you,
you worked law enforcement?
Yes, sir.
What department? I mean, like detective or what?
I'm over here in Central Mississippi, the small department.
Small department, like sheriff work or what?
Yeah, it's SO, Sheriff's Department.
I got you.
But,
Okay.
Yeah, I'm on the street. But let's just give this cat a fair trial. We already know the end result. I mean, it's all over everywhere. I can't find any reasonable doubt, and we don't even know everything yet. And that's my biggest concern is reasonable doubt. We got to give this cat a fair trial because they'll just throw it out. We want to make sure we get the right penalty.
Absolutely.
It's eye for an eye.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's I'm a Christian. That's in the Bible. An eye for an eye. But you got your civil rights. This guy, I won't even note his name because he doesn't deserve it. That's my opinion, allegedly, and for real. But man, I really enjoy your show, T-REV. I'm gonna let somebody else come in there, man. But like I say, I work for a living, and I've been trying to get a hold of you for a couple of days.
Hey, man, I want to thank you for your service on serving the streets and being in law enforcement. I definitely want to thank you for your service. I don't know what part of you said Mississippi.
Yes, sir. Central Mississippi.
Rough area or?
It's law enforcement's a lot different than it used to be. But yeah, everything's rough now.
Hey, I hear you, brother. Stay safe and thank you for serving. God bless you, brother. Thank you for calling in and sharing your opinion and thoughts with me, man. I hopefully hear from you again. I enjoyed your phone call.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep on listening. IOD about 11 o'clock tonight. I'm gonna keep on listening to you, and I'll probably shoot you an email about some other things. But appreciate it.
Yes, sir. I'll be looking for your email.
You seem to be real, and I like the honesty, and I like your platform, and so it is what it is. But I'll shoot you an email.
Definitely shoot me an email, brother. God bless you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Happy 4th. Shout out to him. 219-885-9693. Make sure you call in. Somebody say you can't get through. You should be able to get through. Phone number's at the top of your screen. It's wide open. I didn't even have do not disturb on that phone call. Oh, it's the spot. It says and to Andy in chat. 407 sent from heaven. What's going on? 407, can you hear me?
Yeah, is this you, dude?
Yes, sir. What's going on?
How are you?
I've
never been on with you before. I have a question for you and the rest of us.
Okay.
Okay, if we have to go by the date. So let's go December 28th or 29th, okay?
Mm-hmm.
At that point in time, the cops were carrying on about how great their garbage DNA was. They ultimately surrendered and said it was bogus, which to me means that they had no business kicking down a door because it was based on illegal, fraudulent garbage DNA. Like, really? You and I are going to go in the garbage tomorrow and look through it, and you're going to be able to tell that that was my napkin or your napkin? That's ridiculous. So how come it hasn't gotten totally tossed yet? They had no reason to force him to open his mouth to swab it because they got into the father's house on false pretenses.
Okay.
No, I'm asking.
They got in the father's house on false pretenses. They had a warrant.
Yeah, and the warrant was based on garbage DNA from the garbage,
Mm-hmm.
which they 3 weeks, 4 weeks later said, "Oh, don't worry about it. We won't use it." And I think that they expected the defense to drop it.
Who said we won't use
it? What?
Who said we won't use it?
The prosecutor.
Huh. So you're
No, they're not using the garbage DNA. Okay, what they did was they broke into his house with the garbage DNA.
Mm-hmm.
Then they got caught and realized they're going to get busted because experts are going to be able to say that that kind of DNA is nonsense. So then the prosecutor told the defense, okay, well, we just won't bring it up. We won't use it, thinking that the defense was going to say, okay, we're not going to hassle you. However, Brian is bright. So Brian kept pressuring them, telling them that he still wants all the stuff that they did for the garbage DNA.
Mm-hmm.
The Dawn Daniels cop wrote in her thing, it's on page 24, in her affidavit that she wrote, I'll send it to you, flat out to the judge, "Dear Your Honor, I really kind of don't want to commit perjury, so I'm just going to let you know, I'll send it to you. I'm just wanting, you can read it, it's incredible."
Yeah, send it over.
She flat out told them that she really wants to make sure she doesn't get in too much trouble if the garbage DNA is tossed. Okay, so they knew. I'll send it to you, okay?
Yes, sir. Always want to look at it.
What should I put in the? Okay, can I just put in the subject? Just put Dawn.
Yeah, put Dawn. I know. I got it noted in my head right now. Dawn. Yep.
Okay, but will you read it to your people?
Yeah, I mean, we'll pull it up and we can. Yeah, definitely, man.
Okay, great. It's mind-boggling, but your stuff is great. I'm going to email it to you now.
Thank you, but I remember you coming up on my panel a couple months ago. Your voice sounds.
Yeah.
Cool. I remember you. Don't think I forgot about you. That might have been 5 months ago.
I thought you forgot about me. I thought you forgot about me, but I'm getting old, and now I'm going backwards. Where I can't figure out how to use the microphone.
It might have been 5 months ago. Or 6,
no, that's
maybe
pretty
7.
incredible, T-REV.
I remember you.
Isn't that something? I'm going to email it to you, though, because I would love to hear what your people and your listeners think, because I thought that the Dawn Daniels thing was absolutely blew me away. I'll send it to you right now, my friend.
Yes, sir.
And you all be good.
Thank you. It was nice hearing from you again. I'm glad to hear you're okay. I was thinking about you, man. I was like, where did this guy go? Is he okay? But
no, yeah. My headphones don't work. I can only do it on a real phone. But I want to hear what you guys all think about Dawn, because it's pretty incredible.
Yes, sir.
And I want you, just one more thing, I want you to know, you guys, Dawn was in on all the Washington State University corrupt stuff with them using fake credit cards, and they got nailed, and then they fired an African-American cop, but none of the white cops. And the African-American cop sued and won and got his job back. Dawn Daniels is a piece of work. I'll email it to you. Bye, guys.
No doubt, brother. God bless you.
Same to you, sir.
Nice
Bye.
hearing from you. Shout out to him. Glad to hear he's all right. Hey, Roy. That this dude Roy is cat. Were you in last night's chat? There's a fine line between respect, like actually respectfully disagreeing, and being ignorant. You know what I'm saying? He said worst mods of the business by far. Anyone of opinion against the narrative gets blocked. If you're talking about here, mods, smoke them, roll them up. Anyways, 219-885-9693. Make sure you call in. Roll them up. But this is definitely it. Look at the fence right here, right? Look at the fence right here. If you look at the fence in this footage, this specific footage, and I'm gonna go full screen. If you look at the fence right here, look right there. It matches like perfectly. Tell me that don't match. That's a match. Make sure you guys call in. Numbers at the top of the screen, 219-885-9693. Who else was that? Who the hell is that? Oh, I see you. Okay, I got you. Don't worry about it. Well, let it go to voicemail. People hear your name. We smell Chronicles. Yeah, I remember that dude I was talking to just now, though. Shout out to everybody in the chat. What's going on? I seen your email.
Hey, I didn't realize you'd call back so fast. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I see you. What's up?
Happy 4th. I'm going to start with saying that.
Happy 4th to you too. Thank you.
I did not. I had just saw your premiere video about the new leaked video that came out, and I'm shocked. It made me kind of nauseated watching it, listening to all the different sounds, and sometimes you can hear things that are not really that, but in this case, it's almost like hearing more. You know what I mean? But it was just so crazy to see this kind of footage, which makes it almost more real to me, because I'm not making sense. I don't know. I'm still nauseated from listening and watching, knowing that there was kids being killed in that time frame.
Absolutely.
It's scary.
Very scary.
So, with that said, I was writing down notes. I hate it when I do that, but it helps me explain a little bit. Do you remember the video where those kids were getting the possible DUI thing when the cops stopped them there on campus? And there was that noise that people heard. They were wondering if it was a scream or it was a car, with brakes or whatever. Do you remember that?
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay. So I heard a squeal or something similar to that at 4:32:56 on the video that you just aired. But so I went back to the other one, and it was the same sound, but it wasn't. That was 2 hours earlier. So does this, for you and everyone else, does this kind of solidify more so of the time frame with this video, or is this just another alleged video?
I mean, I could tell based off of Chris McDonough's drive-through to where he rides up to this spot, and I could tell just the pattern of the fence and the way that when he drives up, you can see the fence. You could tell that that's the same fence. So now the time frame for me is 4:05, about to go on 6 when he comes in and backs out. So, it's about to go on 4:06. So he would have to go down there, park somewhere, and hop out fast and shoot in. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, the time frame changes for me based off of what I'm looking at right here.
Yes, exactly. Sorry, I got really excited.
No, I'm just saying though, based off what I see in this footage and him backing out, if that time is right, if that time is 100% precise, then it changes for me a little bit. Then that leaves like what? Did he go in and knock it out in 10 minutes or 12 minutes?
Right. That's where I've got all these different notes for that. And I like how you showed exactly where that parking lot is right there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now, how far exactly is that? Is that just right across the way from the house, from the kids' house?
Yeah, so the kids' house is literally right next door to the Queen Road apartments. So if that parking lot that you're seeing being driven through right now is past the apartments on the opposite side of the apartments.
Okay, and if you were to, so when we turn right, okay, say we're looking at the house directly right in front of it, you're going left and taking that right to go up the hill behind them, and those apartments are on the left there. Is that where that at? Or am I lost?
So, okay, you could also take the that little, it's like if you were going down the street, you would make a right after you pass their house, and you would be going up behind the Queen Road apartments.
Uh-huh.
And that's where it's at.
Okay. All right. Because I was wondering about how long it would take him to walk, watching the time frame with that too. That's before you had showed exactly where that that parking area is.
Mm-hmm.
So it wouldn't take him 5-6 minutes, if that.
Right.
Allegedly, supposedly. I don't
walk
know.
that? To walk that from there?
Yeah. Yeah.
I wouldn't even say that. 45 seconds from where this is at. In my opinion, you could shoot over there at 45. I mean, like, and especially if you can move fast, you could probably get over there. If I parked right where he turned around at, I could run to the 1122 King Road in probably 25 seconds if I'm full sprinting.
Right. Oh, I'll call back later. I just need to see if maybe the chat might know too.
Mm-hmm.
What time? What was I going to say? Did he actually park right there, or didn't he go back down the road a little bit?
Yeah, he went back. He backed out. He pulled in and backed out. From this camera footage that I see, he pulled in and backed out.
Okay. I was just making sure because I had that question too. So, anyways, I'm sorry. I'm very hoarse. We've already had a good day, so. So, anyway, thanks for the video, and everyone be safe. Have a nice 4th of July, and just be careful. And like he says, lock your doors too.
God bless you, man. Happy 4th to you. Thank you. Stay safe, stay vigilant, and hopefully I hear from you again soon.
Okay, great. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
No problem. God bless. Shout out to her. 219-885-9693. Make sure you call in. Where you at? Let's see. Approximate. You said approximate means given a minute. It do either direction, not perfect, down to the seconds for your information. Appreciate that, Jetta from Texas. Los Angeles, what's going on? Shout out to you. Thank you for coming by. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. Make sure you call in 219-885-9693. Maybe I need to pin that back up top, actually. What am I doing? Or that. Either one. Right? Let's see. Happy 4th. Happy 4th to you, too. Thank you. I still wonder in the PCA thud being a car door closing. He said being a car door closing, surely not from inside. If so, it should pick up footsteps, right? If it's at 417 and I'm leaving at 420, does that make any sense to anyone? And a lot of people say they hear dogs barking in this footage. In the actual footage, if you guys want me to play it, I will. In the actual footage, people say they hear dogs barking. Now, are you guys still hearing that? Let me know in chat if you're hearing that. 1 for yes, 2 for no, or you could break down where you hear it, timestamp wise, etc. Oh, nice. Matt says someone measured it, and it's approximately 100 yards. Thank you on that information, Matt. I appreciate that. Who posted the I'm in the Poconos 4chan post, Papa Rogers? Good question. And also that same person on that post said David Loach allegedly had done it. So we got to remember that too, he said, I'm in bum F. What did he say? I'm in shithole PA or something like that. That's what it said. I don't know who, posted that because anybody can post on 4chan, right? The timeline doesn't make sense is all I'm saying, says William. Yeah, the timeline, camera footage, it kind of throws off the timeline I was thinking. 978. You're never too late. What's going on? Can you hear me? 978.
Yeah, hey, I'm here. Hi.
What's going on, brother? How you doing?
T-REV, hey, thanks for taking the call. I'll be really quick. I sent you an email. There's this weird link on YouTube going around of the vehicle that departs around 4:22 and 40 seconds.
Uh-huh.
There seems to be a subject coming from the potluck towards the back.
Okay.
Instead of someone leaving from the other side of the frame, leaving their house to go to work, maybe. I don't know. It's what I thought initially, but anyway, I sent you that link. I can't tell if it's a doctored video or anything like that. I'm not good with like visual effects or anything like that, but it definitely weirds me out. I was just curious to see if you'd seen it or what your thoughts would be, or if you could cover it later.
Yeah. You said, where'd you say you sent it to my email?
Yeah, I sent it to your email about 3 minutes ago.
Is it from is your first name start with a G?
Yep, that's right.
Okay, just making sure.
Check that out. It just weirds me out. I don't know. It could be nothing, I guess, but it seems to be the guy's coming from the other direction, which confuses me because it's. Oh, one more thing as well. It seems to be that the Linda Lane footage is about a minute and a half ahead of time. So 2:30 a.m. is actually 2:31 a.m. and 30 seconds, for instance. So just keep that in mind as you watch it as well.
Were you in the live last night that I did?
No, I missed the one last night. I watched it today, but I missed it last night.
Cause I have that whole entire video you just sent me. Like I uploaded that and I amplified the whole audio, turned it up to like 450.
Oh God! So the link I sent you is a shorter video.
Okay, I think it's like a 2-minute video, right? 2 minute 49 seconds.
It's a 2-minute video. It looks like somebody sort of enhanced. It looks like someone color contrasted, and you can kind of see the person better.
Yep.
And so I'm just curious. I was just curious what your thoughts were.
I ran into it. I'll pull it up.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Thanks, man. Appreciate you.
I'll pull it up, my brother. God bless you. Thank you for sending that too.
Take it easy. Thanks.
No, but shout out to him. 219-885-9693. I think I seen this though. Yeah, I definitely seen it. It's hold up, we'll go to here. Pull that up like that. This is the one he's talking about. So he's saying it's this one, which is pretty much the same thing as what we did last night, right? So if I pull this over here, it's literally like the same thing as last night. 660, what's going on? You're live.
Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
Good. Happy 4th, T-REV.
Happy 4th to you too, man.
I've talked to you in the past a couple of times.
Okay.
Over different cases.
Oh, yeah?
And they weren't about the Kohlberg. I mean, one was. It was about Ken Maines. I said I watched the video with him talking to an offender and blah, blah. But I got to tell you, this footage you've got has totally convinced me. I thought that Kohlberger, and I know he's guilty, but it has truly convinced me that he didn't do it alone.
Okay. I want to hear more about it.
No, I just truly think he didn't do it alone. I think he, and I know it's about Brent, but I really think he was involved as well.
So you think that Brent was involved as well, you're saying?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I think he's the master as far as showing Kohlberger the ins and out of that lifestyle or whatever you want to call it, that evilness. But I truly believe that Brent's vehicle is the one you're looking at. I think it was his Elantra because I look at the hubcap or the tires, There's no hubcap. And if you look at the past videos of his vehicle sitting at his parents' house, there's no hubcaps. There's no sunroof. Or there is a sunroof, forgive me. And I just really, truly believe that they were in cahoots together. For the longest time, I believed it was only Koberger. But after seeing this video today, really, wow, that was just really scary. It really, really. And I heard those dogs barking, and I don't know how those roommates didn't hear all that calamity going on. Downright scary.
So you in the video, in the footage that dropped, you hear dogs barking, you said?
Yes, I did. I heard, I can't say that it was Kaylee's dog, but you can hear dogs barking. There was an instance this morning when I was listening. I was like, wow, you can really hear there were dogs, not just, I don't know if it was Kaylee's dog, but there were dogs having a fit. And I thought, wow, that is, and that's when you had turned the volume really up. And I was like, oh shit, this is real. And I mean, when you have a dog is your companion, loyal. It's like they will alarm you to any disturbance going on around your place. And you could hear it in your video, or in that video. I was really getting goosebumps. It was scary.
Yes, ma'am.
But I just want to tell you what a great job you're doing, and I love you, and I hope you continue on, brother.
Well, I'm always going to continue on, no matter what case it is. And I just got
Good
this
man.
big binder of Missy Bevers information, which Missy Bevers, I've been following that since day one. 7 years unsolved, couple suspects cleared, or I don't know if they're cleared, but I'm going to have to dig into it because it's a big binder full of information. But definitely going to be covering that, a lot of it.
Oh, good. Great. I'll be following.
Yes, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
T-REV.
God bless you, man. Thank you so much. Happy 4th.
Thank
Lock
you.
your doors. Stay safe. God bless you. And I hope your family's doing well.
Thank you, babe. Bye.
Bye-bye. Shout out to her. 219-885-9693. What's up to Jeff H's wife? Shout out to her. Jeff H's wife. Shout out to her. Sharon says, I heard it. You might be hearing Sosa. He's out back barking at fireworks. All right. Sosa's out back by barking at fireworks. You may hear him barking. So you might want to debunk that. I swear, because I got this super low. I got the volume on this super low. That's how loud that is, right? I think you're hearing Sosa bark. Wow, I just heard a dog bark there, though. Hold on. Let's hear that. You hear that, right? Listen. I thought I heard it. Right there. But this is way beforehand, though. This is at 4:03. So somebody's dog's barking. Did I talk to you? Yeah, I think I did. I think I might have. I think I really might have.
Hello?
Hey, what's going on? You called in?
Yes, I called in because I had a few things to say. First of all, thank you for what you're doing. I really have enjoyed your show. So I became a subscriber.
Thank you. I appreciate you. So what's on your mind? What's going on? Talk to us.
Okay, so the first thing I have is just pure logic based on this enhanced video and the breakdown of it.
Mm-hmm.
I found that there would be two reasons why this white car would enter that parking lot. Number one would be the car is looking for a parking space, and that makes sense. And maybe the car makes the turn out of the parking lot because that car cannot find a space. There's no vacancy.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing is, if there is vacancy in the parking lot, it may be the case that that car entered the parking lot because it's looking for another vehicle or vehicles, and these other people or vehicles they're looking for are people that are going to be involved in the crime. And the reason I say that is because they didn't put in the PCA. They did a good job on the PCA, so I want to give them a hand clap to that. I think the PCA was done well. But they didn't put into this probable cause affidavit that there are 3 other unidentified male DNA, 2 of which are in Maddie's room where the knife sheath was found that has Kohberger's DNA on it, and 1 other set of DNA that was found on the glove that was identified by Chris McDonough when he was making a visit out to the crime scene to do some reporting. And so my theory is there's multiple assailants in this crime scene, and it may be the case that there's vehicles that are there that are scoping the area looking for some others that they know are going to take place in this crime scene. And the reason why I also say this is, if we go back to Papa Roger, that was in the University of Moscow, Idaho murder group that's on Facebook, Papa Roger said the white Elantra is a red herring. Well, it turns out whoever put that statement out, whether it was Kohberger or somebody else, is right. That vehicle contains no DNA. And it would be almost impossible, according to criminal experts, that even if he had bleached the car or tried to clean it, they would still be able to find aerosolized and other forms of DNA in the vehicle. So my theory is that maybe this white Elantra is driving around to scout out the crime scene, to see that the DoorDash driver is left or that the house is now okay, because they can't use their cell phone. Their cell phone is shut off and it's in airplane mode. So they're not using the cell phone, so they have to find a way to communicate. And back in the old day, if you think back, I was born in 1970, so I'm 53. Back in the old day, if there was like a bank robbery, they had the getaway car, and then they had the people that went into the bank and held up the tellers and drew the guns and all that. And there were multiple people, and they didn't have a way to communicate. So they were relying on the plan that they had set up, and maybe they had a plan A and a plan B, but there was a plan. And I think with Kohberger, he may have not done this by himself. The other thing that's really damning about this leaked video is the audio portion of it that takes place before 2 a.m., where there's a fight that's taking place about the 1:56 a.m. after the 4 victims return home. There's some kind of altercation or struggle. They're screaming in the background. This is well in advance of when the murders took place. And there's no forced entry. So you wonder if those people were in the house. Another damning thing is the leaked audio from the camera that's 50 feet away, where the people say the following: someone's here. And then in that leaked audio, it says, someone's here, blank is still here. And they name someone that's not, we can't decipher who that person is without enhancing that leaked audio. So once that takes place, then around the same time frame that the PCA has, this 4 o'clock to 4:25 a.m., the dogs are heard barking at about 4:17, and then the murders take place. And so you wonder, it says blank is still here. Is somebody still in that house that was either kicked out earlier when the fights were taking place, somebody that was asked to leave, somebody that comes upon them unexpected, that had already, they didn't have any forced entry, so somebody that's already there, and somehow these people are speaking to each other. The other thing that's troubling, and I'll just say this and then get out of here, one of the things that's troubling about this video is that at 4:22, you see what looks like a flashing light coming from the person that's running to the black type SUV or Silverado with a camper shell on it. It's a very large car, possibly a diesel. And that the person is getting into. And the reason I don't think this is somebody going to work or somebody that's a resident there is the fact that somebody's running to that vehicle. If I'm going to work, and I used to get up and drive all over the Florida highways all morning, and I would leave at 4:30 and get on the highways, I didn't run to my vehicle. I got to Dunkin' Donuts, got a cup of coffee, got on the interstate, did the type of drill that most people do if they have to work a really early morning shift. These are people who are clearly, it looks like from the video, making a getaway. And the PCA doesn't address the possibility that there's other people involved in this crime, even though the DNA that's at the site suggests that there's more than one perpetrator that's in Maddie's room at the time that the killings occurred. Even though the leaked audio that's on the Ring doorbell camera that's 50 feet away says somebody's here, and it says blank is still here, and it's a female. This is why I think Dylan Mortensen's lying. It's a female that says, "Don't worry, I'm coming to help you." It is not a male in that video that says that. And so a lot of what Dylan and Bethany say don't add up. And then they both have matching alibis, matching tattoos.
And what video?
Okay, so there's a leaked Ring doorbell audio that's 50 feet away from the house. This is not the one that's on Linda Lane. And in this,
well, no, that was already debunked as fake.
Okay, well, even if it's not fake, let's look at a realm of possibility. You have 3 male DNA that's in Maddie Mogan's room, and that is according to a sworn statement made by Ann Taylor, the defense. She cannot lie as a defense attorney. So she presents to the court, look, we are still in discovery, making the 3rd or 4th request for additional forensic evidence. And in this demand, she says, we want to know who this additional male DNA belongs to. It has not been identified. There is the 2 DNA that's in Maddie's room that's not identified, and then 1 additional DNA, which is the black glove that's found by Chris McDonough outside the crime scene. So my question is, could it be the case that Papa Rogers is right, and this white Elantra is really a red herring? It's a decoy, and it's meant to intentionally distract because it's driving all over the place around the time. But there's nothing in this car to tie Kohberger to this crime scene. There is not. If he did this in 8 minutes, there would have been blood all over him, leaving in black clothes, as Dylan Morton described. And even if he took all of his clothes off and put them in a bag, they would have found something in that car to link Kohberger to the crime scene. There is nothing that exists that links Kohberger other than the touch DNA that's found on the button of the knife sheath that's under Maddie Mogan's body. And I believe that is Brian Kohberger's DNA. I'm not refuting it. I'm not doubting it. What I'm suggesting is there's only 2 reasons for that white Elantra, if it is his car, to enter that parking lot. It's either to find his face and he turns around, or it is to scout the area and see if there's other people who are involved in this, if they've already landed there, if they're A-OK, if those cars are in position, because he's driving around to a lot of different locations before the car finally parks, and then allegedly these murders take place. And I think I've got more questions watching this than I have answers. That's where I am with it.
Well, and I respect your opinion. The only thing I disagree with is the whole Ring cam, because that was fake. But I respect your take on it. I really do. I respect you for gathering your own thoughts, your own take, and just, sticking to your guns on your opinion, even though I may respectfully disagree. But thank you for calling up and sharing your thoughts, opinions, and your theory, because some people are scared to do that. And I commend you for doing that.
I appreciate you guys so much that you're giving us our 4th of July by giving us the freedom to present ideas. I don't know when the Ring footage comes out, then we'll know for sure what was actually happened.
Yes,
and this thing is so tragic. My only concern is if there are other people involved, they have not been yet arrested. And I would like to see all of them brought to justice, just as you would or anybody else would. And I want to thank you for giving us the freedom to see these things, to have the freedom of speech to release this. We're not all being arrested because we're doing this on the 4th of July or whatever other day. And that's what makes me proud to be an American, is we can have this conversation and We can throw all the ideas out. And my sister was murdered when I was in college, and it was horrific. And I can feel their pain. I can empathize with them. And sometimes they only want to look at certain things where they're under the gun to get a conviction. They have to have an ironclad case. And so maybe all this other stuff that's out there, they can't afford to look at everything because it might jeopardize getting the person that they know's DNA is on this knife sheath. And I understand their position as well. I'm totally empathetic to that, but I'm just thankful we can have this open discussion. We're not living in North Korea, and I want to thank you guys for everything you're doing.
Yes, man. Thank you so much for calling up and sharing your opinion. Like I said, I'd respectfully disagree with a lot of people, but I do appreciate having a conversation with somebody who doesn't get mad at what I think, and I'm not getting mad at what you think. I'm able to listen to you without getting angry, and because you're speaking to me respectfully, and that's all I ask for people. And thank you so much for calling up and being a voice in the community and speaking on what you feel and what you're looking at in this case, other than what a lot of people are looking at. So thank you so much, ma'am. God bless you. And happy 4th of July.
You. And I want to wish you guys all the best as you continue to do this. I think you did a great job on the enhanced portion of this. Other people couldn't tackle it. You have done a great job. Want to thank you. Keep going. I'm going to continue to follow you guys, and let's just hope we're all part of a movement in America to make this country better and safer. And with that, God bless you.
God bless you, man. Lock your doors. Stay safe. Thank you so much. Shout out to her. Beautiful phone call. I disagree with everything she was saying about, like, respect. Respect. Not no hatred, nothing like that. And I let her talk. I even let her go over time. I respect that she was respectful to me. She talked respectful to me. So that's all I asked. 330, what's going on? You're live.
Oh, I am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to ask the weirdest thing, but if you go back to the family, the dad is, what did he do?
If you go back to the family, what did the dad do?
Yeah, DK's dad.
They drove back from Washington to his
No. I mean, what did he do as a job?
I'm not sure. I don't even want to.
He was a security officer or something.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Okay. Then you have Brian, who has, all of his college in crime, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have his sister, who has been in movies like, I'm saying it's not Friday the 13th, but you know what I'm trying to say, horror movies, right? What's going on with that family?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Nobody addresses it.
What is going on with that? Like the sister? I don't know. You hear that they're saying things, but it's coming from, different sources, and we're not able to corroborate it. I don't know if it's because of the gag order or what.
I don't know. But I mean, come on. Like, how many families do you know that are so caught up in that crap?
Right.
Okay. Then there was no way I watched it, and I agree. There was somebody sitting in the driver's seat the entire time. I can't hear anything. I think I agree with the person that they need Q-tips, because I'm like, I don't hear anything that people are saying, but okay. But I did watch, and the hand comes down when somebody enters the back of the car. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So somebody was waiting in the car, in the driver's seat. Okay? And was the truck right next to it? Because somebody got in the truck about the same time. So why do people jumped in the back or the bed of the truck?
Let's see, because now that you said that, I actually want to look at that. We got the vehicle pulling in. It says, I don't know what time is that. The vehicle pulls in. What time is it that the vehicle pulled in? 4:04 or something? Okay, so it started at 4:04.
Yeah, I don't know the timing. I'm just saying that all of a sudden, somebody you can see get into the back seat or the front seat? They say the front seat, but
well, the truck. Okay, so
somebody is sitting there.
let's break it down here. I'm gonna pause for one on your time for 1 second. It said,
Okay.
all right, so he came around 4:04, and that person in the truck came around 4:23, 4:22, going on 4:23.
And somebody keeps saying, "Oh no, the truck's not involved. They're going to work." Who the hell knows that they're going to work?
Right? Yeah. No, I mean it's just is he going to work? Is he going to the store? What I mean, what is it? What is that? Who is the person? He cleared?
Somebody gets into that truck at the same time somebody gets into that car.
I mean, it's about, I'd say what, four, you got 14. It's almost 20 minutes later that dude gets in his truck.
No. Look at it again.
Oh, I am.
And I'm thinking somebody jumped into the bed of the truck. Then how easy is it to clean out the bed of a truck with any DNA?
Yeah, I'm looking at, okay, let's see when he pulls in. I see that. And then if you go up to 4:22, that's when that person gets in that truck. So at 4:04, allegedly, the alleged white Elantra comes. And then at 4:22, the guy goes to get, or, 4:23, actually, I think it is. Let's see. 4:22, 32 seconds. So, yeah, at 4:22, he gets in the truck after Brian, or alleged, I don't even want to say Brian. The alleged white vehicle comes in and turns around and goes out at 4:05 to 4:06. So you're talking about damn near 20 minutes later that person gets in his truck.
Okay, I maybe I missed it, but I thought it. I mean, if I looked it over and over, and it looks like it's about the same time.
Mm-hmm.
I think people are not looking at the truck; they're looking at the car.
Oh, I got to zoom the video that I put up. What was it last night? I actually zoom in on the truck.
But think about the bed of the truck.
Mm-hmm. I hear you.
How easy to clean that thing out.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not joking. I mean, think about it. What family is all wrapped around weird stuff like that? I mean, the sister's, she's an actress in scary movies. The dad is a security officer or whatever, and the son is Korean, whatever,
right?
Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
The whole family, and there is no way. It is right there. There is no way you cannot miss somebody's hand coming off the steering wheel. Right when the back door, somebody runs in.
Interesting. I didn't. You said back door? On the back door of the truck?
No, the car.
I didn't see all that. I have to go back and look at that.
I mean, I know somebody. It was so funny because I was sitting here trying to write it to you in the comments. Somebody called in and said, "Did you see that?" I'm like, "Are you kidding me? I saw it." Right. I can't hear anything apparently, but I can see the hand come down.
It's in the original.
Somebody jumped into the back seat of that car. There's no doubt in my mind.
Yeah, that's, I mean.
And here's another thing that you're going to think I'm weird, but do you remember watching his dad walk into court and he's wearing a hat with like flaps down?
What court? What court did his dad walk in wearing a hat with flaps down?
When they first had I don't know, they show the dad, BK's dad, walking into.
Oh, okay. I remember what you're talking about.
Yeah, and he has a hat on, and he has flaps coming down from the hat.
You're talking about the
and
Pennsylvania
court. Look at the back seat. I truly think, and then imagine this: they got touch DNA, and they got it from his dad. I think there's more to it with the family.
Okay. So you think there's more to it with the family? Okay.
I mean, I may be stupid and dumb, but I'm just saying.
You're just a person with an opinion like all of us.
I'm sorry?
I said you're just a person with an opinion just like all of us.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. I mean, you know what? Nobody's thought about that or said anything about that. They think, oh, the dad just came for no reason. They don't understand why.
No, you're not dumb. You got your own opinions and thoughts, and
But I'm
you
saying,
deserve.
look in the back seat when the person does enter the car. There are flaps coming down or long hair.
Interesting. Well, thank you. I appreciate you calling in and sharing your thoughts and opinions with us. I
not a problem. I mean, I'm just saying, I don't know if I'm right, but man, I watched this over and over because I first thought it was stupid because I couldn't hear anything. And then I even called my husband in, who doesn't believe me. He's like, oh my God. So I'm just telling you, it's something to look at.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. I thank you for calling in. Thank you for being a voice in the community. I appreciate you. Anytime that you want to call in, don't hesitate.
And I'm starting to think it's a family affair.
You think it's a family affair? Okay.
I'm starting to think that, yeah.
Okay. And I respect your opinion. I respectfully disagree, but I respect your opinion. What if it is and I'm wrong? I could be wrong about it.
They found the dad's DNA. Maybe Brian was going through all the trash, trying to make sure his dad, because somebody at one point said that he thought that he wanted to make sure his dad wasn't accused of it.
Interesting. And they collected a letter. They collected a letter that he wrote to his dad. I mean, it's all good. It's going to be an interesting trial. I'll tell you that much.
Well, it's going to be. And you know, how come his dad's there, right? They tear off and they go elsewhere, and his dad is trying to turn the cop to other things. And he says, I treated my dad horrible, blah, blah, blah. Maybe it was something that he didn't want to do, but he felt like he needed to. And I don't know, but why would a daughter, sister, get into horror movies?
Yeah, that's a good question. Well, I appreciate you. I'm going to get some more people on, but thank you for calling. If you have anything else, nobody's calling back. You're more than welcome to call.
Don't want you to think I'm stupid. But
no, you're fine. I'm not that. I don't think you're stupid. You're fine. You could call back anytime you want to. I have no problem with you. You've been nothing but respectful to me.
Thank you so much.
God bless you, man.
Have a great.
Happy 4th of July to you and your family. Stay safe. Stay vigilant. There's evil out here. Shout out to her. 219-885-96. Let's hear from you. I see the numbers going. You know, I know she had some stuff she wanted to talk about. Sometimes you gotta let people get shit off their chest because they don't have nowhere to go off their chest at. 289, what's on your mind?
Hi.
How you doing, man?
How you doing, T-REV? It's Rose from Toronto.
Rose from Toronto, how you doing, man? What's on your mind? Talk to us tonight.
I'm really good. I was watching this video as well, and you can see a person on the left-hand side. See where the apartment building is? This person comes in between the buildings, and you can see his flashlight for just 1 second. I had it time-stamped. I wrote it somewhere. I don't know where it is right now. And then he heads to the truck, to the black SUV in the back. Yeah, and then also in the PC, they kept saying that allegedly Brian Koberger's car came down and around. Well, when he went down in behind there, he had to come back because there was nowhere for him to exit. So he just turned around, and they counted it in the PC as him cruising around there. But when you go in behind there, you have to come back out. It's just common sense. And in the PC, Brian Koberger's car, there is no sunroof, and the lights are totally different on the back of the car that they have, and so are the tires, and also the windows. They're not the window in the picture. You know, the one where they had going by the gas station has a sunroof. And Brian Koberger, when he got pulled over on the highway, he doesn't have a sunroof or tinted windows. And his lights are totally different on the back of the car. Totally different. They're not all the way across. They're only the 1, 2, and then the 2 on the bottom, on the very bottom of the back end. Yeah. 2 different cars. Totally. So I'm really getting confused as, more things come out.
Some people keep hitting me up talking about this footage that came out, but it got deleted, and there's only screenshots of it, and it has a sunroof, but I haven't seen no footage of it.
Yeah, I haven't seen any footage of it either, just the one screenshot. And then when you compare the cars through the years, and then you compare when Koberger got pulled over with his father, there was no tinted windows, there was no sunroof, and the lights are totally different on the back of the car. Like, I'm totally confused. I think he's involved because of the DNA, but I don't think he was alone. The more I'm getting convinced of that, the more I watch. You got to watch the tapes for so long before you see something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it really is a look game. Like, you have to really watch everything you're seeing. And a lot of the video they're using from this 133 or whatever it is.
Yes,
they're
ma'am.
using different cameras for evidence on the same. So not only do you get the shot there, you get a shot like elsewhere because they've got more than one camera. So that makes it very confusing too. I can't wait till trial.
I heard. Is that your husband? He said, "I can't wait till trial."
Yeah, we watch you all the time.
Shout out to him. Tell him I said what's up.
Shout out to you, Al. We watch you all the time. We love you.
So thank you. I love y'all back. Shout out to him. I heard him in the back. Said, "I can't wait till trial." Me neither.
Well, he can't. Like, there's just so much going on. But I know Brian Kober. I do believe.
I'm sorry, you broke up on me.
I'm having a hard time believing he did it alone.
Okay.
And then when you watch the tape, you'll see his flashlight on the left side for not even a second, but it's there, and there's a guy there, and he's cutting through the back path towards the parking lot there, and then he gets in the truck. So, what's someone doing out with a flashlight at 4 a.m? I don't know if the kids do that there. So I'm very confused on what's really going on there. Even though I listen to the tape and you can hear the squealing of the tires and just different things, dog barking. It's so hard to, because you have all those units and those apartments there with several people living there, that you could be picking up noise from there too.
Right.
So it's just, the probable cause, I think, is a bunch of bull, the way they laid it out to arrest him. I don't think it's solid evidence. I think that Ann Taylor's going to pick a lot of it apart.
Right.
I know it's him. You know when you have a gut feeling and you know it's him?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if they're going to get him because of all the inconsistencies with the PC.
Remember OJ?
Yeah, I'm sure he does.
If the glove don't fit, you must have quit.
Yeah, really. But I'm really looking forward to watching your show and seeing what people have to say. And we just want to say hi.
Well, thank you, ma'am. I appreciate you. God bless you guys.
Happy 4th of July to you and your family.
Happy 4th of July to you and your husband.
Oh, I don't know if you know that the president of University of Idaho, his family home is where the murders were.
Oh my God!
And his parents got divorced there.
What?
He was a child. Yeah. If you check it out, the president of the University of Idaho lived at the address where the murders were on tape. He grew up there in that house.
So he grew up there? That's crazy. I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, he grew up there, and his parents divorced there. They got a divorce when they were living there, and it was very traumatic on them. But yeah, so that could be a lot of the reason why they want to rip this house down so quick too. That's his childhood home.
Wow.
Which is really bizarre. There's just so many things going on with ins and outs of people in Idaho and what's going on. Like, I just don't know. I don't know. I'm confused, but I'm looking forward to the trial. And I think you'll have a lot of hours online.
Yeah, no, I'm going to be on for every minute of the trial. Best believe that.
Oh, yeah, you're going to be so busy. But we love you.
I love you back. Thank you so much for calling in and having a voice in the community. We appreciate you. God bless you and your husband, man, and your whole entire family. And hopefully I hear from you guys again soon.
Oh, you will.
Thank you so
We're
much.
watching you all the time.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys.
Okay, you're welcome.
Love you guys. Bye. Shout out to her. 219-885-9693. What a beautiful soul. Make sure you call in. Let's hear from you. 616, you're in the mix. What's going on?
Hey, all I'm going to say is I think Brian is innocent.
Okay. Talk to us. Tell us about it.
All this stuff that they're saying about him is like, all right, where's the proof? There's no hardcore proof that he is guilty. There is nothing at all. It makes me sad in the country that we currently live in. It's like, all right, this is America. Guilty until proven innocent, or what's going on? Because the cops, you look at the cops in Moscow, that's the people that it should be looking at, not him. It just doesn't, to me, I don't know. The guy seems to be, and everyone's like, all right, so why isn't Brian like going crazy in court? Like, I'm innocent, like screaming and yelling. Why should he? He's innocent. So why would you do that? Like, he's not going to show any like emotions like that in court. He's not going to do that. The guy is innocent. Like, I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong, but I think the guy is fucking innocent. And all these people are like saying, oh, he's so guilty. He's so guilty. Just like they were all accusing all these people before him. They were all saying, oh, it's the boyfriend. It's that guy.
Jack Showalter, a bunch of different people. Absolutely. I was part of that too.
So that's the thing. It's like, love the show, T-REV.
Thank you, brother.
Love it. Love what you're doing.
Thank you.
I'm just taking, I'm watching it. I'm like, I would hate to be Brian if he was actually innocent. And then all these people are like, there's shows on him and everything. He's like, look what he's doing. You're bad. You do this. You do that. If he's innocent, man, I pray for the guy. He's gonna make bank, but it's like, let's have the court system. I don't see enough proof. I haven't seen enough proof that this guy's our guy. Show it. Where's the proof? Little DNA samples. It's not court yet, so give the guy his chance. He's not guilty until he's officially guilty in court. That's all I gotta say. I love the show. Love you.
Thank you, brother.
People just need to think. They can't point fingers at somebody just because they think. I don't know. That's all I gotta say. Happy 4th of July. Love you, T-REV.
Thank you, brother. God bless you. I appreciate you. Respect your opinion, and thank you for actually calling in and sharing your thoughts with all of us. I appreciate you, brother. Enjoy your 4th. Lock your doors. Stay safe, and hopefully I hear from you again soon.
You too. Love you.
No doubt. Love you back, brother. Shout out to him. Good call. 219-885-9693. I respectfully disagree with a lot of people that call in, but I do love when people are respectful. When people are respectful, I don't care how you can talk to the moon comes down, and I just love people that are respectful. And that's what we started on, respect right now. And that's what I like. If you're respectful, I can talk to you for hours. 732, what's going on? You're live.
Hi. It's beautiful, messy ball in your chat.
Yes, ma'am.
We talk all the time in chat. My thing is that I want to just warn people about coming to a conclusion too soon.
Okay.
Because, sorry, I just got tongue-tied. I'm not usually shy.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Take your time. It's good. Take your time. I'll let you get out what you
I just think when we, and I'm going to quote somebody else, when we live in bubbles, we don't see around corners. And we don't see everything. We become closed-minded and we only see what we want to see. And like the other caller was just saying, he thinks he's innocent. Well, you think he's innocent because you haven't seen all the evidence. And I have not made up my mind either way. I can see how people think one way and I can see how people think another way.
I follow you on Twitter, so I see the way you talk,
And I think the whole case is very confusing,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it becomes dangerous when we make up our mind one way or another, because then we don't see all the evidence when it does come out. because we've put our blinders on as to how we think. And I think just in society in general, that becomes dangerous. So I just kind of wanted to put my 2 cents in terms of that. And also going back to the video, when you see the white car that looks like the white Elantra, that we're going to call the white Elantra because that's what it looks like.
Yes, ma'am.
It definitely looks like 2 cars pull in. When you see it pulls straight in and then it turns, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's another set of headlights right behind it. There is no way that is headlights and taillights, because if you see when he backs out, it's not as bright. And I looked up the not white Elantra, but I looked up the headlights and the taillights for the Elantra because somebody told me that the taillights would be just as bright as the headlights because it's in black and white. And the lumens for the taillights of an Elantra are 510 lumens per bulb.
Mm-hmm.
The lumens of the headlights are 1630 lumens per bulb.
Mm-hmm.
There is no way when those cars pull in that the taillights are making that much light coming from the back of the car after it makes that first turn.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see that bright light behind it. See right there. He's turning in, and then you see that other bright flash behind it.
Mm.
See where I'm saying? You see another bright light. And it's really fast, and I think it goes the other way. But
Okay.
It's hard to tell. But so I think that there's 2 cars, whether they're both involved, we have no way of knowing. There's so much we have no way of knowing that it's just, I'm getting frustrated like a lot of people are, because so many people have made up their minds, and there's become so much infighting in the true crime community over this case like I've never seen before.
Yes, ma'am.
It boggles my mind with the infighting.
Yeah.
That's been happening. Like, I don't know why we can't support one another more, and how people have taken sides. But that's all I really have to say. I don't need to take up any more time.
I think that was beautiful, and the way you put out a good message right there. Why are we picking sides? Why can't we respectfully have conversations without tearing each other down or having, I agree with that 100%.
Like, even if we disagree, why can't we disagree respectfully? And like, if you think he's innocent and you like, not for nothing, and I know we don't like to bring other creators in, but Lucy has her, she has her DoorDash theory, and there's something to that theory. Do I think that that's what happened? I don't. But do I think it's a very slim possibility that whoever the DoorDash driver was brought the bag and somebody touched the bag and then touched the sheet? It's always a possibility. Is it a very, 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 very slim possibility? Yeah. But is it likely? Not. Probably not, but why are people attacking her? I don't get it. I mean, I have a lot of respect for her. There's other ones that I don't have so much respect for, but that doesn't matter. But like, I don't get the infighting. Like, we all want justice in the end.
I think it's disagreements. There's disagreements. There's something going on that's the root of the issue.
Right. But why we can't disagree respectfully? That's like, agree to disagree, and if you don't agree with that person's take on that, say, okay, I don't agree, but I respect where you're coming from, and move on. And this is what I think, and you may not agree. Let's move on. And my time is up. And I said I was done a minute and a half.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. And I appreciate you calling up and actually speaking. I see your threads on Twitter and stuff.
I called once a long time ago, but I used another name.
It's okay, and you have every right to
another nickname, so
you have every right to do that.
Yeah, but All right.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for calling in with positivity and just putting out a positive message to everybody. That is, I mean, there's 1,000 people in here, and everybody heard that positive message, and I appreciate you for being the voice of reason. Thank you so much. God bless you, and enjoy your 4th, and I'll be talking to you.
You too. All right. Take care.
You too. Shout out to her. Good message. 219-885-9693. Beautiful message. Respectful conversations going on tonight. I like the vibe right now. Who can keep that vibe going? Thank you, Blank. I appreciate you. You know, we try to be. I want to be the voice of reason. I don't want to argue with people. I don't want to. You know, that's why I leave. That's why we're not mentioning creators on the channel and doing all this stuff. You know what I mean? I don't want that going on. I want to be able to talk to everybody that has a voice out here. 978. You're never too late. You're live. What's going on?
Hey, T-REV. Thanks, man.
What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Well, I just wanted to ask, it had just occurred to me, have you ever considered, you know how there's no evidence of DNA in his car, and how that's a difficult thing because this person would have been absolutely mired in it, obviously. And also the affidavit mentions that he returns about 10 a.m. After he's left. Right. So I was just thinking, could it be him getting into the truck? Could he have taken the Elantra to the crime scene, committed the crime, and then left in the truck to dispose of everything? And then he returned at 10 a.m. in the morning to get his Elantra. That sounds to me more like the smart criminologist PhD student thinking ahead of time. I mean, that makes more sense than him being stupid. Right. Although I think he's a monster. I definitely think he did it. I'm just saying, and who knows, guys, just so you know, the trial could come and then we have evidence that, obviously contradicts what I'm saying, and we'll know eventually. But I'm just saying, as it stands now, it could be possible that it's him getting in there.
Well, it does say that, well, I mean, for what you were just talking about, it does say that multiple cameras and businesses caught his white Elantra on camera around, 3:29 a.m. Between 3:29 a.m. and 4:20 a.m., including making 3 passes by the student's home, according to the affidavit. It says later that morning, after appearing to take a roundabout way home, the white car was caught on 5 cameras in Pullman, Washington, and on the WSU campus where Koberger was living. So that part is on. It's a presentation that I made, but it's out of the PCA or stuff out of the PCA documents.
You're right. The WSU cameras have him coming home at a certain time there. That would contradict this. Yeah. No, good point. Good point, T-REV. The only other thing I wanted to add was I just think it always struck me as odd what the affidavit says about Dylan's testimony, just because there's so much detail, right? She gets, his body weight, his height, what he's wearing. She gets the damn eyebrows right. The granular details about the eyebrows, right? But there's no mention of any blood all over him or him holding the knife. I mean, or having the weapon. I mean, he would have it, wouldn't he? In that moment. We're supposed to believe he put it down, in the living room and walked out. No, we would have found it in the house.
Absolutely.
I just think that's really weird. But hopefully we can pry this guy. I mean, I think there's enough evidence, and maybe he had some accomplices. I'm starting to wonder if he had some accomplices now. Because he did ask, didn't he ask if he was the only one arrested when he was arrested?
Yeah, that's what Brian Enton reported. I didn't see that anywhere else, but I want to know how he found that out or was able to,
Yeah, I guess it's Brian Enton's source. That's all we can know for now. But no hate towards News Nation. I like News Nation. Shout out to them.
July 8th, we got Jennifer Coffendorfer coming on, so she'll be live on here with us for about 30 minutes to an hour, and I'll be asking questions.
I want to hear some more. I want to hear some more calls. I'm going to jump off. Thanks, T-REV.
No doubt, my brother. God bless you. Thank you for calling and using your voice, and obviously happy 4th of July to you and your family. Stay safe, lock your doors, and hopefully I'll hear from you again soon, my brother.
Lock your doors.
God bless. Shout out to him, man. Good soul. Great people calling in tonight. I love the vibes. I love the respect shown. Thank you guys for being respectful. It's been a great night so far. It really has. Really has. Thank you guys. Seriously. 912. What's going on?
Hey, T-REV, how are you? I just subscribed as of yesterday. I was, I guess, early. Heard your live last night and spent all day today with headphones on, trying to hear what everybody else was hearing. I just wanted to say I was a 911 dispatcher for like 10 years. And I think my biggest problem with all this right now, too, that I'm stuck on is that delay in call for 911. I think until that is, that is put out, and for whatever reason they're not releasing it, we're probably gonna have to wait until court to see what that opens up. I think there's a lot more to do with the other two roommates. I mean, I'm on the fence. I'm about the truth and getting the right person. Basically, I mean.
Did you hear anything that stood out to you within what you listened to?
From the new video?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Trying to listen, and I was thinking about the distance, and as much as you had it turned up, I was thinking about still from the point of where the camera was to where the actual house was. I think it would be extremely hard to hear even, the dog barking if they were inside. That's where I have a hard time, with the roommates. If they were inside the house at that time, they had to have heard something if you could hear it from that distance. What I wanted to ask you was, after watching your video, there was, of course, some TikTok's videos out about the same footage, but they actually were releasing from earlier in the night, like around the 1 a.m. time period. And now that was really eerie. There was actually, you could hear, I guess what it's saying, it's depicting the time that Maddie and Kaylee would have been dropped off. And that was really creepy. I don't know if you've heard that footage. I heard more than that. And it had the timestamp, but it just showed it was earlier in the early, morning time. I heard more in that than what we were listening to. But the video on that, the Elantra and what you did as far as cleaning up that picture, that definitely to me looks like the Elantra. And I believe that, that's definitely compromising for Koberger. And I don't know about that second vehicle. That was interesting about the truck. I did look over and I did see a figure. I kind of wondered, if it was coming from the apartments or if it was coming down from that other side street that comes from the apartment. Or from, with the backside, the one you said where we saw the vehicles turning left, where they could have made it to the King Roadhouse, or that backside, what if somebody had come up from there and that was the figure we saw that had already been in the area. I mean, that's speculation, of course, but I mean, it could be anything.
There's a lot of, and there actually is a video out there that shows the different path that would come in front of this house, which would be on the opposite side of the Queen Road apartments.
Okay. Did you see the one that shows exact, like your footage from have you seen the one that includes the earlier time and it shows the same exact, unless, I don't know if it's been darkened up, but I mean, you actually see the timestamp and it's from 1 or 2. Like I said, right down to the DoorDash, us trying to hear things like that. And it very well could have been a no contact type delivery where they just put it at the door. I don't remember hearing anything, them even, saying what they got from the DoorDash. I know they apparently made contact with whoever it was and cleared them, but they didn't say, they haven't, am I correct? They haven't released any information to say what the DoorDash driver would have witnessed, if anything.
That's a very good point. It didn't really even, they never really even put out like a statement on the DoorDash driver, to be honest.
The other thing, I mean, it sounded like there was a lot of traffic at that time period. Like, when we were just sitting there letting it go, even past the 4:25 mark, I mean, you could hear, loud vehicles, like if they were going up and down that street, whatever that side street was there. That to me stood out, that there was so much traffic. I understand it's a college town, But around that time, it wasn't as busy though, right?
Right.
So that's what stood out to me too. And I guess, you know, with the sound turned up so high, like whenever what we saw as far as the Elantra, the exhaust, you know, that even sounded, that's the only thing I would say would have been off, was that sounded a little loud to me, but it, you know, that very well could have been because you amplified the sound.
Yeah, I had that black. I mean, it's at like 400, 450, right? Rather than 100. I made sure because I wanted to turn it up for everybody with the listening.
Oh yeah,
you could hear everything that possibly would, you know, the camera would pick up or the audio would pick up, should I say? You know.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I understand that. That's what I figured. That probably was what it was. You know, but this is very interesting. And of course, it's just going to add to the speculation. That's what we're all going to do until, you know, the court date comes and finally things are released. I think that there's just a lot of holding in with those, the two roommates, not putting guilt on them. You know, it's hard to put yourself in their shoes. I've handled a lot of the calls that were like, you know, that in emergency situations, you don't know how people are going to react, or unless you're in a position like that. But for me, the 8 hours, I think that caused a lot of problems with, you know, scene tampering, response time. You know, they're just going to have to, the prosecution, that's going to be their burden, I think, to rectify all that. And I find it odd that, like, I don't know, to me, the families, that they're not having any contact with these two survivors, from what I'm understanding, correct? I mean, there's no contact between them and Dylan or Bethany.
They haven't spoke on that much. That's for damn sure.
No. You know. But that's about all I can think of right now. I appreciate you taking my call, and I love the show. I'll be a subscriber for good now.
Thank you so much, man. And you're more than welcome to call in. I do call-ins all the time, so you're more than welcome to call in as many times as you want. Nobody's limited. You can't just call in. You can call in as many times as you want. Thank you so much. Happy 4th to you. Lock your doors. Stay safe. Stay vigilant. You know, the world's it's been getting crazy, but just, you know, be vigilant and protect yourself. And thank you so much for calling in and being a voice in the community. We appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you. You too.
God bless. Shout out to her. 219-885-9693. Make sure you call in. Trev, can you look at the daytime video and tell me if there is room facing the fence? I'll check it 1 second. 406, you're in the mix. With
Hello?
406, how you doing? Yes, ma'am.
Hi. My name is Crystal. How are you?
I'm doing fine, Crystal. How about yourself?
Pretty good. I'm calling in because I'm wondering if you can share your opinion on the whole Papa Rogers thing. And then I also heard some things about how he may have an ID, or he may have had IDs from the residents in his car, but I've never seen that confirmed. So I'm just wondering, what are your opinions on those theories?
My opinion on Papa Rogers? Now, somebody said they debunked it. And and it was somebody that I know. They said they debunked it, but it's just, I can't help but go back to, you know, different details that he said, like on November 30th, talking about, you know, I think it was November 30th. It was a post about the knife sheath, and somewhere between December 12th and something like that, somebody was talking about how long do you think the killer was in there or whatever, and he said 15 minutes, like wrong 15 minutes or whatever, something around what I just explained. I may be off just a tad bit, but I'm pretty sure it said 15 minutes. So there was some things within that account. And then a lot of people that are part of the Rev Gang family have told me that they were in a Facebook group where Papa Rogers was and watched the account disappear. So that's that's kind of my opinion on it, is I'm waiting to see what comes out on that. But I do speculate that Papa Rogers could possibly have been him, but I could be completely wrong, and I would admit that. But I'm just speculating when I say that.
Yeah, definitely. I feel that way too. I feel kind of conflicted because we just hear so many different theories.
Absolutely.
And also, what is your opinion on the roommates? Do you think that they have any connection to Brian Koberger, whether it be the victims or the surviving roommates?
Okay, that's a great question. And as far as a connection, like maybe knowing each other, possibly. But as far as them being involved, I think about it like this. We live in a digital age, right? Where everything is tracked. And a quadruple homicide to this magnitude, like there would be communications between them, in my opinion, to orchestrate this or even conversate about it. You know what I mean? So like I feel like there would be some type of digital trail that would attract both of them or one of them and put them, and they would have been locked up by now. And that's why I've kind of backed off away from it. I still question like what's up with the 8 hours, but at the same time, I think in my head logically, investigators are going to hammer that type of shit, and they're going to jump down their throats and question them and go through their records and see if they talk to Brian, or they're going to see if they talk to Brian Koberger to see if there is a connection. So that's my personal thoughts on that.
Well, and I wonder if the surviving roommates are going to have to answer for the fact that this was out on, Snapchat and all of that before 911 was even called. So that's another thing that really has been bothering me, is like just thinking, okay, well, there were students saying before 9 a.m. that they were waking up to massive Snapchat messages and threads saying it was the King Road residents and saying that something had happened to them. So I think, it could have been Koberger that put that out there, but I also do really wonder about those surviving roommates. Like, that's really hard for me to shake.
Yeah, I mean, it was hard for me to shake for a while, and I'm just like now, the last couple of days, I've just been really thinking about it. Like, investigators, homicide investigators, you got the FBI involved. I feel like they would have captured one of them if they were involved, because they're going to go through those records, and if they are talking to Brian Koberger or orchestrated or helped in any type of way, they would be charged. You know what I mean? Like they would be charged, and it takes planning to do that. And how else would they communicate besides meeting up in person?
Mm-hmm.
Even if they met up, and I didn't mean to cut you. I'm gonna let you talk too. I'm gonna pause your time for 1 second. But even if they did meet up, right? Say they text each other and was like, "Hey, meet me here. Let's have a conversation." They would be all over their ass. That's just how I feel about it. But hey, I mean, you never know. You never know in today's digital age. But that's just my opinion on it.
Yeah, well, those are all the things that I kind of wanted to cover. I think that this trial is going to be insane when it finally happens. So looking forward to continuing to watch your coverage of everything. And thanks for what you're doing.
Thank you, ma'am. God bless you. And I appreciate you calling up and asking questions. Thank you for having a voice in the community also. And I look forward to hearing from you again sometime.
Yep. All right. Bye.
God bless. Shout out to her. 219-885-9693. Make sure you call in. What's your opinion? What's your thoughts? After this video footage is dropped out, I see you guys calling. Let's see, 425-330. 951. What's going on? You're live.
Hey.
What's going on, Papa Sal? What's up, pal?
My brother. I was kind of afraid to call in because I know everybody's seen something different.
Right.
It's fucking crazy. People getting into how many cars, how many people in a car. I could barely make out this fucking white car.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could see it, but really, and what's with the fucking sunroof? Come on. Who the fuck can see a sunroof? And let me tell you something. Just with this video, do you think, first of all, there's no way you could see him in the car.
Mm-hmm.
No way. So the defense would have a field day with that. But you got to admit, the fucking times, they coincide with the PCA. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They do.
Between the 4 and 412, yeah.
Yes. Even the 405, when he arrived, I stood stood up all fucking night last night watching this thing, and I know people are gonna have different opinions on it. But at 4:05 he arrived. 4:05 and 42 seconds. He fucking arrived. Okay. At 4:14, you could hear the door. You could hear Murphy bark. Now you could hear a dog barking before 14, but if you listen 4:14, you'll get a clearer sound of Murphy barking. Okay. Now I also seen at 4:22 and 45 seconds, he gets a keyless remote and he unlocks the door to his car.
Right.
That's what the flashing lights are that you see. He did that remotely. He unlocked his car. And at 4:14, I mean, not only did the dog bark, but at 4:14 and 56 seconds, the door slammed. There's a thud. Okay? This is just mine, people. Don't fucking throw rocks at me. Okay? This is just what I heard and seen. Okay? And then at 4:23, he starts his car and drives away. That's what I seen with this thing. But I know everybody sees, I think, what they want to see. You understand? And I seen the truck, and I seen the black SUV. I seen all that stuff. I seen a man walking with a white shirt or a white top on. I seen all this stuff. So, I know maybe people have different opinions or seen different things. But I'm telling you, even though you can't make out that motherfucker in the car, the time stamp and what he did is unbelievable. Look at the document and match him up to the timestamp. Come on. That's no fucking coincidence. You know what I mean? And what else? I gotta say. Oh yeah, listen to me. When I first signed up for this, you helped me sign up because of these 4 kids. That was our thing. That was our goal. And we were for these 4 kids. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And as time went by, and I'm not talking about you, but as time went by, people started wanted more click. This became a war about more click. You know, it's ridiculous. It reminds me when I was a kid. You had the Italians stay on one neighborhood, and you had the other races on the other neighborhood, and you didn't go on their neighborhood, and they didn't come on ours. That's what this reminds me. It's fucking crazy how stop fighting. We should all be here working together with these kids, for these kids.
Absolutely. And get down to the truth and get down to exact, I don't think we'll ever know what truly happened, like, play by play. But I mean, one thing that we can all agree with, everybody in this chat, put ones in the chat, light it up. If you want to see justice for these victims that lost their life, that were sleeping in their beds or in their house, in their comfort zone where you are most comfortable at, and that is your safe haven. That's where you go to and look forward to relaxing. If you are looking for justice for them, then put one in the chat, because that's what I think we all came together for.
That's right. That's what we're all about. We're all about doing something for these kids, these 4 kids. It's so sad to me. It really is. Angel Girl, I talk to Angel Girl, and sometimes I go to bed fucking crying. And I'm not the type to cry over nothing, but she shows me these videos and pictures, and it breaks my heart, see? It breaks.
I know. Speaking of that, I need to do an interview with her tonight when I get off here. If she's a, because I know she said later on she's a later on in the day type person. So
Yeah. Okay, I just wanted to get that out, and I know everybody's seen something different. It's kind of, I expected it, so. But I love you, T.
Love you,
I
Pop.
love the community, and happy 4th of July, everybody.
Happy
It's
4th
sad.
of July, Papa.
It's sad that these kids won't be here with us on this 4th of July. They would have really enjoyed themselves.
Absolutely.
All right.
Papa Sal, God bless you. Thank you for calling in. And if you think of anything else, you know to call back. I love you, pal.
Will do. I love you, pal. Sign me out with my thing. Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here. Shout out to Papa Sal, 219-885-9693. Make sure you call in. He asked for it, so he got it. Make sure you call in. Phone number's at the top of your screen. Beautiful call so far. It's been a great live. I'm glad we got a system going. We're keeping on some decent time limits here. We are going. Everybody is speaking. Thank you guys. Let's see. William, so innocent, traumatized young girls. Pending full disclosure, behavior is accusatory, but the defendant in jail by 3 agencies is presumed innocent. Okie 337 sent from heaven. What's going on? You're live. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Hey, T-REV, Rev Gang, how are you? It's Delana.
Delana, what's going on, Delana?
Not much. Hanging out with y'all for 4th of July. Happy 4th of July, everyone.
Happy 4th of July to you, too. What's going on? Speak to us.
Okay, so I wanted to go, I don't know if you have the documents the PCA pulled up anywhere. So on page 6, when they talk about the vehicle entering the area, I just wanted to go over like some of the key words that I see in there. So I'm gonna read it if that's okay.
You said page 6. Go ahead.
Yeah, just one paragraph.
Okay. I see the approximately at 3:26 a.m. westbound. I don't know if you're starting from there or what part you're starting from, but go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm starting at the next third paragraph down. Suspect vehicle 1 can be seen. So seen right there. That's on camera. That's the number 1 camera. Can be seen entering the area for the 4th time at 4:04. And then it can be seen, so that's the second time it's on video, driving eastbound on King Road, stopping and turning around in front of 500 Queen, that apartment building, those long ones. I don't know. I know you have all this in your video and stuff, but
Queen Road Apartments.
Yeah, it's 500 Queen Road, but they said apartment number 52. So they gave a specific apartment number for when it's seen stopping and turning around. 500 Queen Road, number 52. And then it is going back westbound on King Road. Then it says suspect vehicle 1 is in front of the King Road residence, and it appears to unsuccessfully attempt to park. So it appears to unsuccessfully attempt to park. That means they've seen that. That's another video footage. It's park and turn around in the road. So it was actually in the road when it tried to turn around, and he didn't do it well. He's a bad driver. He's been pulled over so many times already. Like, what the heck? I don't know. And then it says the vehicle then continued to the intersection of Queen and King Road, where it can be seen. So again, it can be seen at the intersection of Queen and King Road. So this all starts after 404. And then that's when it does that. It can be seen doing a complete 3-point turn and then driving eastbound back down Queen Road.
Mm-hmm.
So just in that one paragraph right there, how many times was it seen or appeared to be doing something? This is my thoughts. I've been saying this all along. Like, they have video footage of him on his entire route. This is just what they put in the PCA.
Mm-hmm.
One, I think they have way more video footage. Well, I mean, I know they do, but I mean, in just this one area, say right there by the King Road residence, they have way more video footage of just that than what's in this one paragraph, and that's just by the house. And second, I feel like that gas station video that we saw, you know, that picture is a person using their phone taking a picture of the screen. You can see that in the photos. So FBI and the state of Idaho, they have that original video footage, guaranteed. It's all cleaned up, and they can probably clearly see Brian Koberger in that vehicle, not only on that footage, but all these ones they, you know, said in just by King Road.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention, you know, the Pullman. I just feel like there's, with the pings and the video footage, the tire track, they obviously had reason to believe with these turns and whatnot, high rate of speed, whichever incident it was, that there was tire tracks, you know, that they were able to get from that. So we don't even know if that matches up yet. It very well could match up. But they saw the video and knew that's where he made that turn or couldn't, whatever, do what he was trying to do. And then, so, yeah, and people are saying, you know, there's no evidence he's connected. Well, there's the 12 prior times, there's the coming back time, and then he never went back again after that, according to pings, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, what happened with that? He committed the crime and did what he was going to do, and then there was no reason to go back there after that. If he could have gone back and got that seat, I'm sure he sure would have done that, you know. So, anyway, so yeah, that's just that part in front of the King Road, all those turnaround, all the times they said he was observed. That's all on camera.
Now,
and they're going to have clear footage of that.
My question, or it's not my question, but it's actually just something that I always thought about, and this is going to be something that I go over with Jennifer, because I'm sorry, this bothers the heck out of me in chat. If it bothers you, and Delane, if it bothers you, let me know, because it bothers me still to this day, and I don't know why. But the whole suspect vehicle one, the fact that you put suspect vehicle one, right? When that's put out there, it just, I don't know, to me, it causes different thoughts for me. So, you know, when I look at it, I'm like, suspect vehicle one, like, why? I want to hear, and that's actually going to be something I want to ask her specifically before I even start. I'm going to say, hey, what's going on with this? What's the suspect vehicle one? Like, that bothers me the most. When I look at suspect vehicle one, it's like, what does that mean? Like, why would they put it that way? Why wouldn't they just put the suspect's vehicle?
But see, in my head, I didn't ever question that. What they should have wrote is vehicle number 1, suspect. Vehicle number 2, Haley. You know, just went down like that. But when they put suspect first, it does make it seem like there's a second vehicle, but it's just a numerical order. And I don't know why they did it like that, but I just never questioned that part. Like, I don't think there's a suspect vehicle 2. I think there's a vehicle number 2, and it's the victim. You know what I mean? But I mean, I could be wrong, but I just never questioned that. So.
Send, Blue Eye Candy. Send if you can, email me because I haven't seen that footage. So somebody said there's a new footage or earlier. The video clip I saw today from this same camera location footage was time-stamped earlier. 1:55 a.m. would be great if you could analyze that. Nacho, I would love to pull it up for sure.
Oh, 1:55. Yeah, well, of course.
Email it to me if you can find it because I couldn't find it. I tried to look for it and couldn't find it. I would love to look at it.
Yeah, but that video you put out and everything, I mean, that to me that it's like a match with everything. I would be shocked if someone created that, is what I'm saying. I would be shocked. There's just too many matches with it. It doesn't feel like it's been like manipulated in any way or whatever. I feel like that's an original footage, you know, and somehow it got leaked out, you know. So anyway, but that's pretty much all I had. I mean, I've already talked about the Pullman cameras. You know, there's 5 of him there, and you put that together with the pings, maybe the tire marks, the DNA on the seat, which will be used in court, and and then and not the process and the, you know, the first test, but the buccal swab, I do believe that too. So I don't know. Anyway, those are a few things off the top of my.
Well, I appreciate you, Delana, calling in. Thank you so much for being respectful, being a part of the Rev Gang family, and being a voice in the community. I appreciate you. God bless you, and I'm gonna talk to you shortly. Lock your doors too.
Happy 4th. Okay, will do.
Happy 4th. It sounds like a show outside over here. Shout out to Delana for calling in. 985-9692. Make sure you call in. Great calls all night long. Great calls all night long. I appreciate the beautiful conversations. Libby Live, what's going on? Shout out to Libby Live. Happy 4th of July to everybody that's here. Very odd. I don't know. The suspect vehicle one thing has bothered me though, guys. I don't know why it has, but when I look at it, it just makes me think. You know, it may not. It may be a big nothing, but it does make me think when I see suspect vehicle number 1. I want to hear keyless remote. Emailed you 1 a.m. Linda Lane video. All right, let's hop all over that. 1 second. I see emails coming in from people. Let's see. Don, nice. Yeah, this information is me. Shout out to Brian. I see you, Brian. I see you, Brian. All right, hold up. Here we go. I'm downloading it right now. I'm actually downloading that footage right now. Let's see. Let's pull it up. I immediately hear people talking in this. Okay, so right here is the 11/13/2022 at 12. Okay, so this was before they were even home from the what's it called? Hold up 1 second before we take any calls. I want to go over this footage real quick. We got to go over this footage real quick. So this is on 11/13/2022 at 12:59. It started, I think. Wow. Hold on 1 second. Let me pop this. Let's fix this for 1 second. There we go. Now we can look at it. Nothing burger makes you think. Was that someone yelling? Oh no, let's go back. So again, from the beginning, I heard stuff. Hear people talking. Thank you, Poppy, man. I appreciate you. Okay. Thank you. 12. I think it started at 12:58, 12:59 a.m. Sweet and salty. Yeah, I gotta upload it on my channel. We went through it. I'm dead. Thank you. Thank you, Delana. Is the truck there? That's a great question. I don't. Yeah. I mean, we could compare videos. Should we compare videos? Damn, that's crazy, beautiful, messy ball. Yes. So hold up, what happened? I'm confused. So the footage just stopped, or what's going on? Maybe it's because I opened something. Hold up, we're gonna fix that right now. All right, try it again. Where were we at on that footage? Boom, right? Okay, so this is at, it starts at 12:59. I think we're about right here. Yeah, we're about right there for sure. And that's where it starts. Let's see. Yes. Yeah. Yes, please. Okay, hold up. I'll pull up the other footage, right? I have it right here. Boom. Let's go back to the other one that I have. Pull that down. Okay, so if we're looking right here, I don't know. It kind of looks like a different. Doesn't it look like a different angle, or am I tripping? Here, let's pull that. This one right here. Okay, this is the one at 359. All right, let's exit this and pull the other one back up. Why does this one look clear? This one looks clear. It looks like maybe the same vehicle's there, but this one looks clearer than the other one to me. Quality-wise, right? Look, because you see this vehicle back here, but if I pull up the one that I got right here, yeah, it looks like the same vehicle's there, but it's harder to see because of the quality. So the quality's crappier, should I say. This quality's better, in my opinion. The one that Jeff sent. That's what I personally think. Brian was told that the contact that Kane wrote, the girl that what? Free Coke was a girl name. That's wild sounding. You sounded like the Cha-Cha Slide guy. I think it's the real deal, Vess. The block is weak sauce. Delana said, forgot to say if they have as much video. They have 3 times prior as well. Like I said earlier in Discord, I think they're going to hit them with cameraology. You know what I'm saying? That I said this from the jump, and you can go back to my first panel ever. I said, I feel like cameraology is going to be involved in this. And that's a made-up word that I just made up in general. But I feel like camera is going to be valuable in this case for some reason. I could be wrong, but I feel it that I feel that way. A lot of people have cameras. 112. You said they were still out though. Or sorry, I mean you can see their videos. Different angle? Yeah, you think it's a different angle? I was starting to think that also. There's a horn. Interesting, right? I mean, I feel like, what are we really going to hear in this? Like, what are we really going to hear in this footage? I don't know. I'm listening. I heard partying and stuff going on. I heard somebody like congratulating somebody. Conversations. I don't know. I'm not really, I don't know. What do we get out of this footage? Speak to me, chat. I'm looking at chat. Let's see what we're talking about. Thank you, Blue Eye Candy. I appreciate you joining. Shout out to you. Thank you. Angel Cooks, they supposedly have the shoe print. How would that? I don't know. I don't know how this, red herring, in my opinion. I agree. I think this is just, I mean, what do we get? That's not the crime scene time. You know what I mean? That's not the crime scene time. I mean, this right here is more interesting to me in general. This right here. Not only that, because you get a look at where right here shows you exactly where that fence is, where the foot, where the camera is, where the Brian's vehicle or whoever's vehicle, allegedly, not, it could be anyone, white Elantra, white, whatever you think it is, gray truck, all the black truck, gray truck, white Elantra, whatever you want to call it. This is the exact location of where the camera is. And we're going to go over it right here. I'm going to show you. Let's go back right here. Pause it. Right over here in this vicinity, somewhere in this vicinity where I'm circling my mouse right now is where the camera is. Now, the real question is was this the vehicle that said person got into? What are your guys' thoughts on that? Is this the said right over here? Like I said, is this the said vehicle that person got into that night? What do you think? Literally nothing. Sorry, everybody's still partying at this time. So far, nothing from this footage. Brian sent it. Let him explain. I see it. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what it is. I mean, I'll put it up for people to listen to. For sure. I'll put it up for people to listen to, but I love his comment about suspect vehicle. Note to self, if somebody ever says to you they're going to get you for that, take it seriously. It's not what hearing but vehicles. It's not what hearing but vehicles. Exactly what I'm saying. Why are we looking at 1 o'clock? Thank you, Scorpio. I appreciate you. Camera outage. I don't make up my mind till trial. Respected. I respect that. Who knows? And also, guys, make sure you guys sign the petition for the house being tore down. I don't know if did everybody watch the video where the parents, or not the parents, but the lawyers spoke out and said specifically that they're not being listened to, that the U of I is ignoring them. So literally, Shannon Gray comes up on a video on Law and Crime, right? And he says specifically, word for word, we're not being, they're just like, here, grieve. We're tearing the house down. Now, I'm not sure what everybody's take is on the house being demolished before trial, or, which actually that's what they're planning to do. But what are your thoughts on that? Do you think that they should keep it up, or do you think that they should demolish it? And if you do think that they should keep the house up until after trial, because 3D isn't the same. And you would need to be able to corroborate sounds, in my opinion. What would it sound like if somebody walked in there? The university plans to demolish by August. See what I'm saying? Bad idea, says Blue Eye Candy. I signed the petition. Thank you, Randall. I appreciate you. Thank you. University plans. Okay, I seen that. The Gray wants to continue to be paid, in my opinion. As much as I agree the house should stand, neither side, prosecution or defense, wants it or feels they need it. Says a lot, in my opinion. All right, hold up. All right. Let's bring this back. Lower this real quick. Let's check this. Where is it at? Voicemail. Let's see, some people left some damn voicemails. Ooh, that's a long one. What's going on there? I hear nothing. Hey, T-Rex, only says in your photo earlier chat. What is this?
Hey, T-REV. I just want to tell you thank you so much for what you do. I called earlier. I was on chat earlier. I just wanted to let you know that I'm a big supporter of your channel. Your mods are the friendliest out there. I was on a couple other channels, and they just kicked me off. Not kicked me off, but you can't chat anymore. And I just wanted to tell you, I will join your membership, but right now I'm in a tight spot. I'm in California. I work at a cannabis company, and they're cutting my hours because sales and production are down. And I work in production 5 years. I'm an empty nester. I support myself. I left my husband. He was a mean alcoholic. My daughter's at school, college, same age as the kids that died. This is my entertainment. I'm a total stoner. I love your music. I think you're such a sweetheart. I love everybody. I just want to tell you, your moderators are so sweet. Everybody is so kind. And I just want to be a part of this. But right now, I'm in a very tight spot. And I know you're probably thinking, oh, it's not that much money. But
Whoever that is, hit me up. I'll take care of it. Whoever that is, hit me up. I'll take care of it. I won't play the rest of it because I don't, you know. Whoever that is, hit me up. I'll take care of it. No problem whatsoever. What a sweetheart. Shout out to her. Shout out to her. Okay, what is this? I'm playing voicemails. Hold on, let me see. What? What's going on here? Huh? What am I hearing? Okay, let's try this. I see a lot of people left voicemails. Did you know I have 2,952 voicemails? Goodness gracious. I gotta make sure. Let me scan them and make sure if it's okay. Let me see. All right, this doesn't have nothing.
Okay, T-REV, it's Natalie again. Look on Chaos Sector YouTube channel. There's several videos on there about this. Look for the one with Brian and his dad in the car. That's a good one to watch. There's one that was done a few days ago. There's a new one today, but they say that the DNA on the sheath was not there. Not there. It was not there when they got that sheath, supposedly. That's Brian's knife and sheath that Brent took in there. It was not on there. And they said it was planted on there on like December 28th. They said they had a receipt. We heard that Kyle Payne, Brett Payne's brother, that he put the DNA on there. After it failed at the first lab, they brought it to a second lab who found it. It's just touch DNA, just little cells. So you should watch those videos. They're made by investigators too, that are fed up with the corruption and the lies and everything.
Oh, wow.
Now they're saying that he might have been the DoorDash driver. I don't know if he is or he isn't, but if he's the DoorDash driver, he just handed it to Bethany and left. One guy.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on? I see somebody.
Hey, I'm just calling into your show.
What's going on?
Well, I know I wanted to talk. I'm not a subscriber. I just said.
We can hear you. We can hear you. I'm a little ahead of you.
Here, let me turn.
I'm a little ahead of you.
Yeah, no, I just have I'm just wondering about the.
I think you're listening to yourself back rather than on the phone.
Well, I'm just watching the show. No, I'm just kind of like trying to figure this out here. Hang on one sec.
Yeah, it's 20.
Yeah, so I'll just turn the volume off. That'll just. But no, yeah, I was trying to call in because when I was watching you the other night, right? And oh, sorry, my name is Kelly.
And so I was watching it the other night, and I thought, everybody set the clocks back like a week before, right? November 6th.
Mm-hmm.
So we see a lot of this surveillance, and these cameras, they don't like reset themselves, So I'm just wondering, not everything's attached to Wi-Fi or computer or like satellite. So some of the cameras that have picked up footage like all around that town, is that the correct time and day? Because didn't they go back like an hour November 6th, right?
Right.
So I'm just wondering if you think that might be even relevant to anything.
There's no telling.
I mean, did law enforcement get out there and go, okay, how is your security camera set for date and time? Because they have all this footage all over, right? That's the first thing.
That's a very good question.
How many people set their clocks back? Mine's still wrong from, because I have an old Honda Civic or whatever, I have a clock. I can't figure out how to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
So, probably I could YouTube it or whatever, but I just leave it. I know it's an hour ahead or an hour behind.
Mm-hmm.
Who's to say this isn't like 3:05, right?
That's a good point. Who's
but all over town, right? So you got law enforcement, and they said that we have all this video surveillance from this house and this store and this house. Now, a store, I could see that. I could see it would be reset because of their computer system when they're selling. Everything's all computer driven, or if it's internet driven. But in some of these systems, you have to go right in there into the setup and change the date and time. It doesn't do it by itself, right? Like a cell phone or whatever. So who's to say that there isn't this video footage out there from, is it 3:05 or is it 4:05? We see 4:05 here on an apartment camera, which who would be resetting that? You'd have to reset that manually. If it's a private camera, did they reset it? Right? Did they think to reset it? A lot of people don't, and it's a college town. So they're writing exams then, it's Thanksgiving. Is that something somebody would think about? Oh, did you reset the date and time on the camera, right? That's the first thing. And then the other, we see the car again on 417 or so, behind this other house. And, did they reset their camera, right? Like, what kind of a camera was that?
I don't know.
So is it just because the times match, right? That was just one thing I sort of thought of. And the other thing I thought of is, the very first blurry picture, we see of a Hyundai Elantra, the first one they got outside the gas station. And then, they said that, this is the car we're looking for because it was speeding southwest the other way at 3:45 in the morning or something. It was caught by a gas station manager. So that's what set them on to this white Elantra, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you really focus right on this white Elantra, you notice that the driver's side rear view mirror is black, right? Okay, so the reason I'm bringing this up is because if you really enhance the photo, I did a lot of photography on the side. So I have a lot of different programs where I can reverse the image, I can turn it into a negative, I can play with taking some filter. I'm not playing with the image, I'm just cleaning the image, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you see the rear view mirror in this gas station footage, on the side, on the driver's side and the passenger side, the side mirrors, and they're all black, right?
Mm.
But Brian, or the BK's car had white mirrors, right? And so the other thing too is that, if you really look at the photo, and I don't know if anyone else can see it, that blurry gas station photo, it looks like there's a front license plate,
Mm-hmm.
So if you really look at that, BK's car wouldn't have a front plate, right? I mean, he was pulled over October 14th by a female officer who went through this whole, your Pennsylvania registration expires November 22 or 2022 or whatever she said. So that particular morning or night or whatever, first of all, wouldn't that white supposed Elantra have white mirrors, and would it not have a front plate, right? And I'm just wondering if that's been compared to any other, video footage that was sort of picked up in the area. That was something that I kind of just picked up on, thinking, why does this car not really look like this car? And I mean, if you really look at it and you do a little bit of research, you find out that it's actually not an Elantra. It looks like an Elantra, a lot like an Elantra, but it's actually shorter, and the tail is a little bit pointed, and the tire well on the back end is just a shorter distance. And really how you can tell that is, its distance to the angles of the windows, right? So it looks actually more like a Sonata, and is it even related? So I'm kind of wondering what your take is on, they find this car. Is that what leads them to look for cars? I had read a first initial report when this all came out that there was 51 Elantras registered in Idaho alone, right? 51 of them, right?
So there was 51 registered in Moscow?
No, in Idaho, in the state of Idaho, that there was 51 cars that matched that particular, when the FBI examiner said, no, it's an Elantra, it's either a 2013, a 16, a 15, or an 11, and 6 months ago when I started doing some research on the cars, the front ends come off, right? So you can change a 2009 with a 2011 with a 2013. They all fit the same car. So the front of that car could be, I'm not saying they had time to do that, but, and the other thing that I find really unusual is, why would somebody who's, a PhD student, he's very well versed in criminology, he knows, he's read a lot of books, obviously, he's seen a lot of shows, he's talked to a lot of people, he's a smart guy, he's educated, he's put the time in. I mean, why would he flash his white car all around town like that?
Right.
You'd think if he was going to be committing a crime, he would know to go get a dark car with dark windows, with different, Washington plates, or something that would, or, Idaho plates, something that would fit in, or steal someone's plates, or, do what the criminals do, when they want to do this kind of thing. Shave his head bald, change his appearance. There's all these kinds of things if you're going to be sneaking around at 3 or 4 in the morning, so I'm just wondering, I mean, if he really committed this crime, why is he cruising all around with his real hair in his car? I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that just doesn't make sense, for me. So, but anyway, I just wanted to call in and just bring that up. That's all.
Well, I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate you. I appreciate you calling up and being a voice in the community and speaking your mind. And you're more than welcome to do that anytime I'm on.
Oh, yeah. Okay, great. Well, thanks so much. And, I really enjoy your show. But, I really think this timestamp thing, I just remember from different experiences I had when we were in college, we'd be doing team sports and half the team would be showing up. And then the other half is well, where are they? Well, the time went back, right? Or we went ahead or something. People have the time wrong, right? And I've always noticed that, around that 1 week, there's still a lot of clocks that aren't reset, So I'm just kind of wondering if that was even really looked at, and that, if you really look at that blurry picture, you'll see that black, even if you take it to its darkest contrast, white will always pick up light, any piece of light. That's why if you're ever in a dark room or you're working with films, everything is all black. Your bag's black, your black curtains, everything, because it literally will mute what they call the light source, right? It will not reflect anything. Whereas, if you have bright white, you can see the roof. The roof is white. Why wouldn't you see the side mirror as bright white? So that's, I don't know. So I just thought I'd kind of bring that up, and it was a bit of a curiosity. And I don't know, how would he have that amount of time? He doesn't even seem to get out of the car. When did he do this crime? If he's there 4:05 and he's driving all around, it's 4:17, he's on another. When did he get out of the car?
Yeah, this is all questions that I believe the jury would ask.
It's, and I'm not saying he did it. I'm really into democracy. Okay? I'm really into a fair trial. We all think all kinds of things, right?
Absolutely.
But it's he really needs to have his day in court, because so many people, they say, oh, he's a psychopath, he's a narcissist. he's this, he's that. You know, he really hates women. But he hasn't even opened his mouth at all.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like, how would we know what he is, right? Well, because he had a weight problem once, and so he turned into a vegan, and he got really upset about a bunch of pots. You know, I mean, like, there's so much that, I don't know, it just kind of seems like two stories. You know, like, I was going to get to that. It's like two stories. We've got this testimony from the one DM, right? She's in the house. She says, oh, he's 5'10". He was walking down the hall. He had bushy eyebrows. He's slender. He's not muscular. He was walking towards me, and then he went out the side door. But, you know, BK is 6'4". Like, how tall is she? Maybe 5'6", 5'7". You know, it's like if you're that height and someone 6'4", 6'5" is walking towards you, you're not going to say they're 5'10". You're going to say they were really tall. You know, like there's something wrong there. You know, like that description is bushy eyebrows in the dark. Well, if you've ever taken a photo of somebody in the dark, everybody looks like they've got bushy eyebrows in the dark. Like, I mean, it's not. So, I mean, I'm not discrediting that maybe this happened, but I also find it a little ironic, you know, like she's not calling 911.
Mm-hmm.
She's locked in a bedroom for 8 hours knowing something's happened.
Mm.
Not even waiting until it's quiet.
Mm. Yeah, no,
you know, doesn't. Yeah, I mean, this is all, but none of it really seems to add up. And you know, the last thing too, I just want to say one thing is the dog thing. Okay.
Right.
Like I had a dog, 2 dogs, and I take a steak out of the fridge. You know, bloody steak. But I'm not trying to be gruesome here, but I would take some, you know, raw meat out of the fridge, and they were all over me. The smell, they could smell it even before I had it on the counter, you know. And there's this dog in the house, and we hear this bark, right? Everybody's waiting to hear this bark on this video. Mm-hmm. But why just one bark? There's blood everywhere. You know, why didn't they harm the dog?
Yeah,
you know, you walk in, you're going to be doing 4 people. You have a plan.
What did you
leave your knife there. You're all confused, and you're not going to do the dog.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you just go, oh, here, puppy, just go in the room here. Shh. You know, like.
Where did you hear 6'4" at?
I saw that on another channel. They had described his height. His height was at 6'4", so I don't know if I've got that wrong.
Yeah, he said, from what I know, he's 6 foot. Like
6 foot, okay. Yeah, I don't know if maybe it was just the way they were talking, or I don't know. But I mean, she would describe him as tall. Like 6 foot is tall. Right. You know, like to say someone's 5'10". I know you're probably thinking, well, it's only 2 inches, but it really does make a difference. You can see someone at 6 foot, or I thought he was 6'4". That's what I heard. So if I've got that wrong, sorry about that.
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, I see a lot of people.
But in the dog, I mean, you think about it. Wouldn't the dog be barking and barking and barking and barking? You know, I mean, we've got DMs saying this conversation. I think someone's here. The dog would be barking, right? The dog would be barking if it was someone they didn't know. You know, like your dogs. You've got dogs, if they sort of know somebody and you've tamed them down, they're not going to be barking. They'll bark once or twice, and then that's it. They know who it is.
Right.
You know, so I don't know. Well, anyway, thanks for having me on your show and just shooting some ideas around.
Well, God bless you, brother. I appreciate you calling in and having a voice in the community. I really do appreciate you, you know, having the courage.
Oh, yeah, no, I mean, you know, he deserves a fair trial. And I know a lot of people think he's guilty or whatever. Let the jury decide that. Let the evidence come out.
Definitely.
You know, if I see that evidence, obviously we're going to hear about it every single day, right?
Absolutely.
If I see that evidence and I'm wrong. I stand corrected.
Absolutely.
But, you know, give him a fair trial. And if we keep talking about him, everyone's going to be tainted. You know, the judge is going to say, oh, this jury's gridlocked. I'm throwing this out. Retrial, mistrial, this, that. I mean, it's got to be, you know, when you're dealing with criminal law, it's got to be beyond a reasonable doubt. Beyond. That doesn't mean I sort of have a doubt. That means there's no doubt about it type thing, you know?
No doubt.
And so it really just depends on all the evidence that comes up. I mean, what evidence do we have now? Bushy eyebrows, one dog, blurry video, blurry car, maybe nobody liked him, he's a vegan. What evidence do we have, you know?
Right.
This, you know, I know people are saying, oh, well, what about the DNA? But that doesn't put him there. It puts the knife sheath there, not him there. You know, so, I mean, who's to say he wasn't there at a party once? who's to say he isn't? He failed, right? He got fired at his job. He got fired at his job a couple days before. How was he going to tell his family? They paid for his education. This is my understanding. I don't think he saved all his money and went to university. Someone paid for the school. That's a lot of money, right? So he's got to go back home with his tail between his legs. I've been fired. He's got to tell his family. I mean, who's to say he wasn't out that night just driving around trying to score some drugs? You know, I mean, wasn't that his go-to? Wasn't he like a former drug addict? Like, I'm not saying that he was using or anything like that. I'm not alleging that. I'm just saying, who's to say he was just sitting around that night? He got a hold of some contacts. He knew that house might have something. He's looking around, driving around. Does that explain why he's all over town? Isn't that what people do when they don't really know anybody who's awake or can't get a hold of anybody? And, you know, I mean, wouldn't that explain why his real phone was off, just in case, you know, sometime in the future it came up, or he used another phone? Like, we don't know that, right? Again, he hasn't spoken. Again, nobody said anything. So, I don't know. Just thought I'd bring all that up.
No doubt. Hey, I appreciate you calling up and having the courage to speak what you think, brother. God bless you.
Oh, for sure. Let's give him a fair trial. You know, let's talk all we want, but, you know, at the same time, people say all kinds of stuff, but, you know, like, so what, right? But the thing is, you know, it's only right that he just stands in front of a jury and you know, gets judged in a democratic kind of way, you know. That's all.
No doubt, brother. Thank you for calling up and using your voice, and hopefully I'll hear from you again. We'll be covering this case.
Alrighty.
Brother.
Okay, see you later. Well, I'll talk to you later, right? Yeah.
No doubt, my brother. Holler at you. Happy 4th to him too. Thank you. 219-885-9692. Let's hear from you. What's up? 774-313. I see people getting it in. What's going on?
Hi.
Let's see. 337 sent from heaven. What's going on?
Hey, it's Delana again.
What's going on, Delana?
Not much. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Sorry, I'm outside. It's a nice night. Happy 4th of July, Rap Gang. Okay, so I just wanted to talk about a little bit about Dylan and the PCA as far as Papa Sal said it, like a lot of our members have said it, that when Brian BK allegedly left, supposedly the suspect, he was leaving from the direction of Ethan or Xana and Ethan, Xana's room, and left out the door. And that's when she saw a man clad in all black, 5'8", and bushy eyebrows. So I'm gonna say what she saw at that point. I mean, it says in the PCA like she had the frozen shock face, but 2 inches difference on a height when you're seeing something that takes you to a frozen shock face, then 2 inches isn't anything. You're not really paying attention to the height. You're just
oh my God, that was loud. My bad. Frozen shock. I heard you. You said frozen shock phase.
Yeah.
I threw on a loud video. That about scared me.
That's me. Yeah, I know. It scared me too. I dropped an outside by myself, but in the dark.
Oh yeah, be careful. Shit.
Yeah, I know, right? So, anyway, so when she saw that a man dressed in black and the bushy eyebrows, that's all she could see, covered, mask, all that. I do believe, like the Rev Gang says, that Good Vibes light was lighting up his face, and he could not see her, but she could see him. And that statement from her, when police talked to her, would have clued them in on where he was standing when she saw him like that. And that's where I think the law enforcement is stepping over what some people said was the body. I didn't believe that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's where they're stepping over that latent shoe print. Because in the PCA, it says, that the latent shoe print was found outside the door
Right.
of Dylan. But it didn't say where or how far, but it did say in the direction of his travel of exit, I think was the word it used. But I'm just saying, when he saw that and gave that description of him, that would have given them an area to look at for a shoe print,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what they're stepping over there. So I'm going to be real surprised if that shoe print doesn't match directly to Brian Koberger, as well as the tire print. So,
wow.
Anyway, that's my thoughts. In Discord, it's just so great. We have a good time in there, but we also are real serious about justice for these victims.
Absolutely.
And any person in the Idaho tab will post a question, and everybody jumps in and provides the information and sleuths it, and we just have a really amazing Rev gang that and there's just so many of you. I could name a ton of you, but I'm running out of time. But anyway, if you look through those tabs, everybody is really dedicated to finding out the correct information to back up getting justice for these 4 victims. And then I'll end it on this. Tomorrow is Xana's birthday, Xanapalooza. Do something kind, do something adventurous, do something just wonderful for you or for somebody else. So I'm going to end it on that note, okay?
Xana's birthday. Xana's birthday.
Xana's birthday.
Is Angel
I don't know, but yeah, we talked about it, and and also I want to say too, all these narratives, I'm going to say this on behalf of Angel Girls and for Xana, because that's important. All these narratives have about Xana being a part of, some kind of drug conspiracy theories, all that crap that nothing has been provided in evidence.
Right.
Or her mom, and that reflects on her. If she was dedicated, she was in gymnastics, she was in college, she worked her ass off because she had to, because she could only depend on herself. And people are listening to these narratives. It's going to be Xana's birthday tomorrow. She should be here on this earth celebrating. And, the other victims have had way more support and, and great for them. They all should. I'm not saying that at all. But who's standing up for Xana? Her, funds have, dipped and leveled out or whatever. I don't know, because of these theories. And it's just not fucking fair. I'll just say that. It's not fucking fair. It's her birthday tomorrow. Show some love for Xana. And peace out, Rev Gang. I love you all.
Thank you, Delana. I appreciate you. We love you back. God bless you. Lock your doors, stay safe, and protect yourself.
All right. Bye.
Yeah. Shout out to Delana. Shout out to Delana calling in. We appreciate it. Hold on. So many different people calling in. 774, what's going on? You're live. Can you hear me? 774.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, how you doing?
Yep, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. How you doing tonight? You there?
Oh, I think I gotta mute your you. So I had a couple things, right? So like back when the chief over there was like doing his press conference, I remember everybody was like, "Oh, I was at a targeted event," and his response was like, "Oh, you're just gonna have to take my word for it."
Mm-hmm.
And then these things come out with the video, and then it makes you question: was he just the accomplice driver? Was the kid that got in the truck conveniently at right at the same moment? Was he involved too? Like they both went in and did it.
Right.
Like it just gives me so many more questions. Like I'm not against him not being guilty, but I'm not 100% behind him being guilty because I just feel like we don't know a whole lot.
Right.
So that's my thing on it. And I think I had one other thing, but I can't remember. So.
Okay. So, I mean, like, what? I mean, I get it. Because.
And then, that other thing, it kind of confuses me because I didn't think there was snow on the ground there, but then you, like, see snow. Oh, excuse me. The snow you can see, like, on the ground in front of the cameras. So that was kind of weird, too.
Agreed. I thought the same. I think it's salt though. Somebody said it was salt because I said the same thing, and they're like, "No, that's salt on the ground."
Yeah, no, I live in Massachusetts, and I'm pretty sure what snow looks like.
Yeah, that's. I thought the same thing. I thought it was snow on the ground too, but I mean, somebody said there's salt, but it looks like it looks like snow or some sort of something.
Well, those are some good mounds of salt if that's the case. But no, I'm not gonna take up a lot of time because I know a lot of people try to call in. I figured I had my phone, I broke it, so I finally just got one, and I'm like, one of these days I'm gonna call in. And so yeah, no, it's nice to be able to call in and chat with you for a minute.
Well, I appreciate you. Thank you for calling up. I appreciate you sharing your thoughts and being a voice in the community. God bless you, and hopefully I hear from you again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you so much. Shout out to her. God bless her. Oh, I see the phones are ringing off the chain right now. What's going on? All right, hold up. I got you.
Please leave.
219-885-9693. Just Larry says, T-REV, look at Google Earth. I wonder why a resident wouldn't leaving that lot straight from Linda Lane instead of going around the building and down. 405, you're live. What's going on?
Oh my goodness, I got through.
What's going on? You're live. What's up?
Oh, awesome. I think you're great. I've watched you all the time for a long time. And I'm a first-time caller. I'm calling from Texas. And I have a few things, I want to point out or talk about, and I wrote it all down.
Well, talk to us. We want to hear you.
All right. Well, there's something that bothers me from way back at the memorial. One thing that bothers me is when they ask on that walk on the sidewalk, what did you tell Adam? Well, she said, I told them everything. And then they said, they're going to get you. So I'm saying, who is they? Who are they talking about? Right. That's a question. The other thing is at the memorial, now I can't ever get away from this in my mind because it's just so strange. You would have to go back and watch the video or find the place where the boyfriend walks up on the stage and puts his arm around the mother. Mm-hmm. And now I'm not saying anything bad about anybody. I'm just saying I noticed this, and I noticed body language, and it just doesn't make sense. When he put his arm around the mother, he didn't actually give her a loving hug. He did, instead, he put his arms around her, but his eyes were straight up to the dad. His eyes were looking right up at the dad. The dad turned around and looked him in the eye, and then he turned away with disgust on his face, and he kind of looked angry. And to me, that is so strange. That moment was just, there's something about it. And that made me think.
Before I let you keep going, you're talking about Jack, right? That moment where they hug
Yes.
on stage. Okay.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, if you go back and watch that, you're going to notice that the whole thing, his concentration was getting the attention of the dad, and his eyes were looking straight up because the mama was short. He leaned over, but his eyes always went to the dad. He didn't even look down at her.
Oh,
okay,
man,
that's strange.
Back when before anybody was caught, man, I literally had that video on replay, and we were talking about it for like 6-7 hours straight. That video, that like
right.
10-second clip where Steve Gonsalves gives them there's like a little exchange with the mom, and then they look at it. Yeah, it was like we thought weird about it too. I was like,
yeah. Now that made me think, man, this has got to be some kind of drug deal, or drug, whatever they call all that. But I'm not saying it was or wasn't. I'm just saying it came to my mind. Mm-hmm. But of course, we don't have an answer. The other thing is when she saw him walking through the house, and she described what she saw, nobody knows what else she told the police. She may have given way more details about what she saw, and they don't want to release that. You have to think about that.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, you don't know what all she told them. That may not be the only thing that she observed. And the reason I believe that he didn't see her is because of the angle where she was standing and where he had to go. He had that eye condition where he saw them white spots, and he may not have seen her. Now, the reason she didn't call for 8 hours, we can't answer none of that. That's strange. That's unanswered. And now the other thing I want to talk about is the DNA.
Okay.
You can't just go by the DNA on the knife sheet, because they wrap those poor children's hands and sent that off. I mean, I'm sure they got scrapings off under the fingernails. We don't know what all DNA they really have. They haven't released it. So you have to think about that. And also, for them to indict him with a grand jury, they have to have a whole lot of evidence. I mean, there's just got to be a lot there that we just don't know. And also his character change at school. I mean, there are so many. I mean, I could just probably write 2 pages full of stuff that doesn't make sense that you've talked about and everybody's talked about. My other question, or my other deal I want to point out, that I actually believe he's guilty. That's my opinion. Now, whether somebody helped him or not, I can't answer that. There's no proof of that, so why speculate?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah. So here's the last thing I want to talk about.
Uh-huh.
When they stopped him on the way home, he had scratch on his butt, right on the side of his arm above his wrist. And you have to ask yourself, why was he wearing gloves into the store? Why was he separating trash and putting it in the neighbor's deal? And why was he scrubbing his car? An innocent person would not do any of those things. Mm-hmm. So there definitely is something there, in my opinion.
Separating the trash, etc.
Yeah, an innocent person wouldn't be doing that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you're innocent, huh?
I thought it was weird too.
Yeah, I mean, it's just common sense. If you're innocent, you're not going to be wearing gloves in the store. You're not going to have scratches on your arm and look like a swollen hand. Mm-hmm. And you're not going to separate your trash and, for Pete's sake, walk it down to your neighbor. An innocent person wouldn't do any of that stuff. So that I just wanted to point that out. But the biggest thing is they have got a load of evidence that we don't know about. Otherwise, the grand jury would not have indicted him. That's my opinion.
I feel the same way. I feel the same exact.
Yeah.
But I'm willing to hear.
Anyway.
I'm willing to hear all sides, though. I've listened to all sides from the start, but it's like, some of the speculation. I was like, okay, that's far out there. We're talking about people being drug dealers, and we have zero proof of it. And when somebody's a drug dealer, the people are known around town, and that's the talk of town. Oh, you can get some fire weed. All right, hit up blase blah. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Drug dealer, the word spread around town. That's
right.
That's why I just don't believe none of that, because I haven't seen receipts for anything like that.
Yeah, me either. Me either. I can't see that. But there's definitely circumstantial evidence that we see in that, what do you call that paper they put out? And that's just a scratch of the surface. There is so much circumstantial evidence, and people do get convicted on that. But I think they have more than that. I think when they did the test on their hands, because they wrap them in bags.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure they have loads of DNA proof.
And I feel that way too. But we it's not available for us to look at, and their stuff's sealed still. So it's like what's in there. They're obviously protecting witnesses, but who knows what else?
Probably so.
The document release, there was like 2 Fridays ago, maybe, or the defense released, and then it was a whole weekend of people going crazy. The defense, oh, he's innocent. And then next thing you know, on Monday, the prosecution doubled down on the death penalty. So it was like, damn, what is going on? Like, what kind of fight is going on here? And then another thing, the Ann Taylor got up and stood right there in front of the court and said, "Oh no, I don't believe they're hiding anything from us." Like, what? Like, I don't know. There's just a lot of stuff going on here. But when she got up there and said that, I was like, okay, now is she picking at people's brains or trying to get into the minds of everybody, which defense lawyers should do. Defense should do that. They should put some doubt out there, and if you're doing that, you're doing your job, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Another point about the drug thing that everybody speculates about. If it were a cartel, if that was going on, we ain't going to find out about it. I guarantee you.
No.
I just added that because we ain't going to find out if that's true or not, because they keep all that well hid in every place that it happens.
Agreed.
For a long time. Yeah. So anyway, I'm excited that I finally decided to call in, and I love you, and I'm like everybody else. I commend you for your character. I just love it.
Thank you.
You're awesome. Your heart is beautiful. I mean, you're just transparent, and that's the best of the best.
Well,
so I just want you to know I appreciate that, and I'm looking forward to your interview with that woman. I can't think of her name now.
Jennifer Coffindorfer. She will be at July 8th.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that, and I'm just so proud of you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I appreciate you, and I appreciate you being a voice in the community, and also all the kind words you just shared with me and what you spoke about. I appreciate you. And
okay. And I mean it from my heart. I mean every word I say from my heart.
And I believe you.
Know that.
Yeah, I believe you 100%.
Yeah. Well, I love you just like everybody else. And man, I don't watch anybody else.
Thank you.
I'm telling you.
I appreciate that.
Okay.
God bless you.
All right. Thank you. And God bless you too. He's with us.
And hopefully I hear from you again. Thank you so much.
Okay. All right. You're welcome. And everybody in chat, hello. And, I appreciate everybody's opinion,
Yes, ma'am. Well, there's a lot of great comments. It seems like everybody enjoyed you also.
Yeah. It's a great people. And I love, like that lady said, your admins are great. You keep your channel clean. It's awesome.
Which I tried.
And you're quick to correct everything right away, and you do it with such tact and such dignity and just real. You're just real, and I love it.
Thank you, man. God bless you.
All
Thank
righty.
you for the kind words, and I hope you have a beautiful night. Happy 4th of July. Lock your doors. Stay safe, and I can't wait to hear from you again.
Okay, thank you so much. My name is Connie.
Connie.
I'm Sweet Tea in the chat. I'm Sweet Tea 777, but my name is Connie.
Connie, I'll be looking for you in chat. You said sweet what?
Sweet Tea.
Okay, Sweet Pea. Okay, shout out to Sweet Pea.
Yeah.
I got you. Thank you.
Okay, Sweet Pea 777.
Thank you, Sweet Pea 777. I appreciate you. God bless you. Enjoy the rest of your 4th, and I'll be looking for you in chat.
All right, you too, hon. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Shout out to her. Beautiful soul. Beautiful soul. Wonderful.
Shower curtain? What do you
talk about? Shower curtains. Somebody tagged me on Twitter about some shower curtains. I see you. 219-885-9690. Hold up. What time? What, 11:31? We've been on for 3 hours and 10 minutes. Guys, I appreciate you. I actually got to get out of here. Thank you guys for coming by. I appreciate everybody who came by and was a part of this live. I'll be live again tomorrow, obviously, as I am daily. Thank you so much. Shout out to everybody who pulled up and called in and had a voice tonight. Marlon Rando, Cali Thunder, Venus, Miss Potts, Slew Stew, Alaska, Fluffles, Gail, Low 12. I call you Low 12. But correct me if I'm wrong about that too. Mike Jetson, shout out to you. I appreciate you. Just Larry, thank you. Sonny from the H, Fluffles. Tomorrow may be a little bit earlier, so I don't know. It may be a little bit earlier, or I might just wait to go at night, but I don't know. Usually I'm like mid-morning, so I don't know. We'll see how that plays out, but I appreciate everybody that came by tonight. Make sure if you're new here, you smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, and you know how we end it, guys. We end it like this, and if I need to go and talk to Angel Girls because tomorrow is Xana's birthday, and I'm supposed to be doing an interview with her, and I want to get that knocked out. Hopefully, I can get it knocked out tonight, and we can get that dropped. But thank you guys so much. I love you all.
I count my blessings for the days when I was down and losing faith. They made me patient. All I can say is thank you. I really wouldn't be the same if I ain't gone through all the pain. Look what it made me. All I can say is thank you.
It wouldn't be the same with none of y'all by my side. You hold me down every day and it makes me strive. I wake up and look forward to doing these lives. A lot of y'all really came and opened up my eyes, and I hope I gave it back because it comes with yours. No matter what they say, I know I opened up them doors. I brought a family together even though shit was rough. They tried to shut us down, but we really shut them up. No matter what, we stand together when shit gets tough. I wanna thank everyone for showing me love. The Rev Gang family is something I cherish and love, and I'll smack anyone for fucking with us.
Blessings for the days when I was down and losing faith. They made me patient. All I can say is thank you. I really wouldn't be the same if I ain't gone through all the pain. Look what it made me. All I can say is thank you.
No one to give a voice to the voiceless. People get killed for other stupid choices. Standing up for the families that took a loss is something that we find important. Rap gang strong, chest up. Little homie, keep your head up. You can be whatever you want. Get rid of the fake and it will add up. All my life I strive for greatness. I manifested my time with patience. People try to copy us, but respect us concern, it's not an obligation. I love the fam and they love me back, and that's why I always have the backs. I give a voice to those people who were never given a chance for them slimy cats. When you come here, you ain't a number to me. I really take time to read what I see. Don't forget to lock your doors, cause there's danger all up in these streets. Y'all really put life into the air that I breathe. I really am thankful for all of my peeps. Your loyalty means a lot to me, so this is a special thank you from me.
Blessings for the days when I was down and losing faith. They made me patient. All I can say is thank you. I really wouldn't be the same if I ain't gone through all the pain. Look what it made me. All I can say is thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I count my blessings for the days when I was down and losing faith. They made me patient. All I can say is thank you. I really wouldn't be the same if I ain't gone through all the pain. Look what it made me. All I can say is thank you.
It wouldn't be the same with none of y'all by my side. You hold me down every day and it makes me strive. I wake up and look forward to doing these lives. A lot of y'all really came and opened up my eyes, and I hope I gave it back because it came with yours. No matter what they say, I know I opened up them doors. I brought a family together even though shit was rough. They tried to shut us down, but we really shut them up. No matter what, we stand together when shit gets tough. I wanna thank everyone for showing me love. The Rev Gang family is something I cherish and love, and I'll smack anyone for fucking with us.
Blessings for the days when I was down and losing faith. They made me patient. All I can say is thank you. I really wouldn't be the same if I ain't gone through all the pain. Look what it made me. All I can say is thank you.
Normally the voice of the voiceless, people get killed for other stupid choices. Standing up for the families that took a loss is something that we find important. Rap game strong, chest up. Little homie, keep your head up. You can be whatever you want. Get rid of the fake and it will add up. All my life I strive for greatness. I manifested my time with patience. People try to copy us, but respect is earned, it's not an obligation. I love the fam and they love me back, and that's why I always have the backs. I give a voice to those people who were never given a chance for them slimy cats. When you come here, you ain't a number to me. I really take time to read what I see. Don't forget to lock your doors, cause there's danger all up in these streets. Y'all really put life into the air that I breathe. I really am thankful for all of my peeps. Your loyalty means a lot to me, so this is a special thank you from me.
Blessings for the days when I was down and losing faith. They made me patient. All I can say is thank you. I really wouldn't be the same if I ain't gone through all the pain. Look what it made me. All I can say is thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You gotta stop doing this.
Look, all my life has been neglection, so now I pick up the pen and use it as a weapon. Yeah, you can see that I'm affected. People getting killed for nothing but obsession. You need to look at your reflection and decide who you are. Stop acting disconnected. Got mothers killing kids. People kill to live. Well, I be on the mic, speaking how I live. Every day I wake up, it's another person that's dead, and YouTube has to solve it cause the law is filling kids. I'm disgusted at the evil in the end, and if you connect the dots, you'll see the vision in your head. Why do people die as victim to the streets? They wonder why I'm up all night and can't sleep. I'll be the voice for everyone who can't speak. L.E. fell Kylie and now Sammy is free. AWP did a good deed, and y'all be talking all that shit while they just do it for free. 16 days for 35 minutes. Y'all tried to throw them off and just wanna play the victim. Reaching out to YouTube channels for clout. I wouldn't check it. TV if I went in your house. And SF investigate, stay sending out the hate. Why you mad at Doug and Nick for finding Kylie in a lake? Make it make sense. You're a fake bitch. You were there for money and now you're mad over fake shit. And that's something I can't relate with. Zero emotion from the mom on the statements. All I seen was the devil in her eyes. Tony died, you're a fake. I can see it through your lies. Got Sammy on your stream like the FBI. You've been grooming little kids. I can see your whole disguise. It get mail calling Ronnie up on the line. Why you lie to the people and say you gon' do it live? Santa May out here looking extra sus. Got an arrow on the ground pointing towards Kylie's truck. Then you want it coming up church. I think your butt hurt. You tried to blame the man for your dog but couldn't find the dirt. I guess that's what they mean by the trucky way. If you step foot in the town you might die from foul play. And I don't know what to say, but I can feel it through my soul. She didn't drive in LA. So y'all can try to go convince somebody else, cause I'm not falling for that shit. The autopsy really smells.
See, let me explain what I'm talking about, man. And you know what I'm talking about. No water in the lungs. Y'all test for the weirdest shit. I guess it is the trucky way.
You gotta stop doing this.
I mean, I really guess it's the trucky way, man. Kylie Rodney needs justice. Shout out to AWP for being the only real ones in this situation. And that's sad. There's so many people that care. Rev Gang family, I'm out.
G-Ball, you gotta stop doing this.
I'm always revved up, I'm never turning down. I smoke a blunt to the face to calm my nerves down. I'm reaching up, got my head right above the clouds. I can feel the calm before the storm, there is no tapping now. I'm always revved up, I'm never turning down. I smoke a blunt to the face to calm my nerves down. I'm reaching up, got my head right above the clouds. I can feel the calm before the storm, there is no tapping now. There is no tapping now, that's not what I'm about. I'm down to ride, always high, head above the clouds. I'm on my grind, try to stop me, I'ma knock you out. Praised in the streets, little boys, you are not allowed. Claiming you're the best, now I'm coming for your neck. I came out the pussy with the mic as a vet. I've been on the grind, they see me as a threat. I ain't here to sign deals and run off for the check. I just got a lot of passion and a heart in my chest. I love making music, when I do it, it's the best. I've been working non-stop, serving beats like a chef. I'm here to take over, separate me from the rest. Cause I see a lot of separation from people that wanna go and help, but they never go and do it. They claim they really about that life like 6ix9ine, but in court look foolish. I've been all around the block, streets flooded with the cops, doing time in a cell life, looking at the box with my mind on my dreams, now reaching for the top. They say that I can't, I prove them wrong on the spot. I'm always revved up, I'm never turning down. I smoke a blunt to the face to calm my nerves down. I'm reaching up, got my head right above the clouds. I can feel the calm before the storm, there is no tapping now. I'm always revved up, I'm never turning down. I smoke a blunt to the face to calm my nerves down. I'm reaching up, got my head right above the clouds. I can feel the calm before the storm, there is no tapping now. They got you tapping out. Let's go. What's all that rap about? You got bars, but your music ain't a cap and gown. You try to make a song, your hooks lack the sound. The fact you think you're good has got me laughing out. Step hand to the belly of the beast, you're all food on my table and I'm ready for the feast. Stomping on the field like an old paraclete, you better hang it up now, cause I got you by your feet. Walk you like a dog, cause I got you by the leash. Labels got you on the paper, signing deals like a lease. But you do what they say and you say what they preach. If that's being real, I'd rather hang from a tree. People don't know the term of being real. They'll be anyone just to go and make a meal. They act all hard to the gangsters in the grill, and they hit a hammer cock on the spot, you get killed. Little sucker, you don't want that beef. Claim you got hands till I catch you in the streets. Run up on a pussy like a steak, you get beat. I've been about that life, different Gacy to the peeps. I'm with it, motherfucker. I'm always revved up, I'm never turning down. I smoke a blunt to the face to calm my nerves down. I'm reaching up, got my head right above the clouds. I can feel the calm before the storm, there is no tapping now. I'm always revved up, I'm never turning down. I smoke a blunt to the face to calm my nerves down. I'm reaching up, got my head right above the clouds. I can feel the calm before the storm, there is no tapping now.
I count my blessings for the days when I was down and losing faith. They made me patient. All I can say is thank you. I really wouldn't be the same if I ain't gone through all the pain. Look what it made me. All I can say is thank you.
It wouldn't be the same with none of y'all by my side. You hold me down every day and it makes me strive. I wake up and look forward to doing these lives. A lot of y'all really came and opened up my eyes, and I hope I gave it back because it comes with yours. No matter what they say, I know I opened up them doors. I brought a family together even though shit was rough. They tried to shut us down, but we really shut them up. No matter what, we stand together when shit gets tough. I wanna thank everyone for showing me love. The Rev Gang family is something I cherish and love, and I'll smack anyone for fucking with us.
Blessings for the days when I was down and losing faith. They made me patient. All I can say is thank you. I really wouldn't be the same if I ain't gone through all the pain. Look what it made me. All I can say is thank you.
No one give a voice to the voiceless. People get killed for other stupid choices. Standing up for the families that took a loss is something that we find important. Rap gang strong, chest up. Little homie, keep your head up. You can be whatever you want. Get rid of the fake and it will lead up. All my life I strive for greatness. I manifested my time with patience. People try to copy us, but respect is earned. It's not an obligation. I love the fam and they love me back, and that's why I always have the backs. I give a voice to those people who were never given a chance for them slimy cats. When you come here, you ain't a number to me. I really take time to read what I see. Don't forget to lock your doors, cause there's danger all up in these streets. Y'all really put life into the air that I breathe. I really am thankful for all of my peeps. Your loyalty means a lot to me, so this is a special thank you from me.
Blessings for the days when I was down and losing faith. They made me patient. All I can say is thank you. I really wouldn't be the same if